non-league games, the wins over Youngstown and Colgate. Now it's CAA play. The Towson team coming in, the team that Villanova beat last year right at this stadium. You know, a little bit of a revenge action for Towson. Wildcats going to need to play well if they want to win today.
Yeah, Towson, not an easy team to go against. A couple of ranked wins for them last year, and speaking of Towson, we'll talk about them in a moment. But first, I want to dive into some of those rankings. Mentioned Villanova, number 5 in the nation. And look, when you start off your season with the win over a ranked Youngstown State team that was a playoff team that you beat last year, you put yourself in a good spot. Don't do anything to go down when you're 2-0, and some stiff competition that's not too far away in those rankings.
Yeah, and you see the top spots, South Dakota State, North Dakota State's kind of the preeminent programs here in FCS for the last handful of years, and then a couple of Big Sky schools, Montana State and Idaho, and then the Wildcats right there at the 5 spot.
Yeah, the Valley and the Big Sky, those are the two conferences that have the most teams in the preseason rankings coming in. The CAA always up there in that respect. Now let's take a look at the Towson Tigers. Towson is a team that's coming in here, and look, they started off their season with a tough schedule at Cincinnati. They were able to move the ball on the Bearcats, and then they got their first win last week, knocking off the Morgan State Bears in the battle for Greater Baltimore.
Yeah, that's that local rivalry game, and they pulled that one out 14-9. Defense made some key plays late, and the Tigers were able to move the football. Probably should have come up with maybe 24 or even 28 points in that game, but they only put up 14, but I think the offense is better than it produced last week.
Yeah, they survived an interception on the opening play from scrimmage. Defense, like you mentioned, Steve, picking them up. Special teams huge as well. Here are our mainline health players to watch, starting with those Towson Tigers. How about the All-American tight end, Carter Runyon, the first All-American tight end in Towson D1 history?
And you look at his numbers at Towson over his career. The funny thing, we don't talk about tight ends much anymore. With all this spread offense, especially in college football. So to highlight a tight end, that's how special a talent Carter Runyon is.
Yeah, and you look at the way he's built, the prototypical modern tight end. Just looks like a big receiver, but he can block really, really well for that Tigers team as well. As we shift our focus now to the Villanova Wildcats. And look, Steve, this is a team that comes in with high expectations. It took them a little while to get going up at Colgate last week, but when they got going, they were able to get the job done. Jalen Sanchez making the big play there.
Yeah, they did. They started slow. In the second half, they put up 3 touchdowns and kind of pull away 28-3. But a lot of change over at the skill position that people really aren't talking about. A whole new running back room, 2 new wide receivers. Connor Watkins finding his way with those younger guys and some new pieces, and that's going to be really important today if the Wildcats can put some points up on the board.
Yeah, there is Watkins, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the young season. Players to watch. Look, you can talk about Watkins all you want, but he's got to throw to somebody. Devin Smith coming over from North Carolina Central. Breakout game up at Colgate. Those were his numbers last week.
Yeah, you see him targeted 7 times with 6 catches, career high, and that's at any school, 116 yards, and obviously the 2 big touchdowns, which were huge in that game, especially the one, you saw the 71 yards, but the one in the second half kind of broke the game open. The one you see right there, that kind of separated them from the Raiders, and then the Wildcats went on to win that one.
Yeah, so Devin Smith is going to be somebody to look at today for sure. Tessa Peloso downstairs caught up with them and has some interesting notes on him. Tessa, how are you?
Good, guys. Yeah, I caught up with a lot of these Villanova guys this week and asked them about this matchup against Towson. And graduate wide receiver Devin Smith told me that this week Coach Ferrante told them, you don't beat Towson on Saturday. You beat them on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. Them at practice and how you practice. And Devin also told me that they do that, so by the time Saturday rolls around, they're ready for the physicality that Towson's going to bring. And he said, the way we're ranked, we're expecting everyone to give it their best shot against us.
Thank you, Tessa. Certainly all eyes on this Villanova Wildcats team. They're going to get everyone's best shot. This would be the biggest win of the Pete Shinnick era if the Towson Tigers are going to get it done today. Speaking of coaches, Steve Pannone earlier today catching up with the Villanova Wildcats head coach, Mark Ferrante.
I'm joined by head coach Mark Ferrante. The Wildcats prepare to take on the Towson Tigers in their CAA opener. Coach, the CAA, probably the best conference in the country, top to bottom. What does it mean to play in this league? Yeah, you got to be prepared for any opponent you're playing in this league. We always do say it's the most competitive league in the country, FCS level. I'm sure the Dakota teams would, and the Big Sky might disagree with that, but we feel, like you just said, top to bottom, you better be ready to strap it on and go play a physical brand of football, regardless of records, regardless of who you're playing. The CAA, we just think, is a very physical league and a fast league, and you got to be ready regardless of who you're playing. And this week we have Towson for our first league game, so we're looking forward to it. This Towson offense has been able to move the ball against an FBS opponent like Cincinnati. Your defense has played very well this year. What do you see in that matchup today? Yeah, they have good size on both sides of the ball. The offense is doing a good job. They have a transfer quarterback. They have some transfer wideouts. I think they have 3 of their 5 starting offensive linemen back from last year, along with their All-American tight end and a running back. So they're good. They did move the ball against Cincinnati. They moved the ball. You know, I was a little surprised when I watched the film after I saw the score in the Morgan State game the week after. It was 14-9. They won the game, but as I'm watching the film, they were moving the ball up and down the field. They missed a field goal, I think, so they got close, so maybe they could have had another score there. But the score probably was a little closer than what it looked like as far as the way their offense moved the ball up and down the field. So we're going to have our hands full, and I hope our defense will come ready to play, which we had 3 good days of practice. And you know, we rotate a lot more guys last week than we did the first game from a defense, so hopefully we have guys that are a little more fresh and ready to go.
Should be a good one from Villanova Stadium. Best of luck, Coach.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
Well, it should be a good one indeed. Villanova, Towson coming up after the break here. Down late in the Morgan State game. It's not going to be him, at least to begin, not going to be Nathan Kent. Looks like it'll be Sean Brown, a redshirt senior, making his first career start.
Yeah, transfer from Liberty. Was with the Towson program last year, so he knows the offense, has a familiarity with it.
Captains,
there you see him warming up a little
welcome to
bit.
today's game.
And he'll get to start today.
According to that, helmet is a head, football's a tail. Head, tail. What's your call in this visiting team?
Tails.
Tails is the call. It is tails.
We like to defer.
Towson wins a toss, defer their choice to the second half.
Ball.
So Towson defers. That's referee Todd Boyd presiding over that. Mark Ferrante's offense will get the first crack.
Wildcats get the ball to start there. And this is always a kind of an interesting dynamic. Do you want the ball first on the road, home? How do you want to go? Obviously, Pete Shinnick and the Tigers said, we're going to put our defense out there first. We'll take the ball to start the second half. It seems like more and more coaches are deciding to go that way now. It used to be, you know, for 100 years you took the ball first. Now it seems like more teams are deferring to the second half.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the status quo, and we'll see how this Towson defense squares up here today. That's really going to be the question, because Villanova, we talked about it, the Wildcats having a lot of new skill players offensively. That's really been like the biggest area, Steve, where they've lost some guys. When you look at a Jaron Hayek and Rajon Pringle, two of the great receivers, and then that three-headed monster in the backfield. Younger group, talented group, but certainly a bit of an adjustment. So we haven't seen the offense kind of reach its max potential yet. and we'll see how Towson's able to do with them.
Yeah, there's going to be, I don't know if I want to call them growing pains, but some strides that are going to have to be made. You say growing pains are 2-0, so not a lot of pain, maybe some growing, but no pain. And this is an opportunity today where they'd like to see against Youngstown, the running game was great. And they passed the ball pretty well in the second half against Colgate. So can they mesh it together, get that balance they want offensively, and sustain drives down the field and put points on the board?
Yeah, if growing pains entail, 357.5 yards of offense a game, I think they'll be all right. So Towson kicks off in the Road Whites. Justin Ritter puts the ball on the tee.
Going to be Christian Sapp and Ethan Potter deep for the Wildcats. Lined up at about their 5-yard line, waiting on this kick.
So Towson and Villanova played here last year, a 33-10 Wildcats win. And they're here again. Ritter squares it away. And Sapp reels it in. See if Sapp can get by. And he runs into a crowd there a little past the 20. Villanova in its own territory will begin at the 22.
Yeah, good coverage by the Towson special teams. The Wildcats start inside their own 25. So anytime you can do that, I think on your coverage teams, you feel pretty happy about it. Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 at the own 22-yard line.
So for Villanova offensively, Connor Watkins, the CAA preseason offensive player of the year, commands this group. Preseason CAA Temi Ajuro Tutu, the starting left guard. And he's got Ragland to his side.
Yeah, Tommy Broderick out for the 2nd straight week, so Kyle Fay will make his 2nd straight start.
Sanchez moves to the slot. 3-man front for Towson. Ragland gets the call. And bottled up, tried to run it right side, and he was greeted. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, good job by the left side of that Towson defense. Kind of strung that thing out. Ragland had nowhere to go. Trying to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Ernie Smith getting over there, one of the 3 guys on the Towson front that, like Villanova, they're going to rotate those guys in and out. But it's Smith, Journey Dunbar, and Chanbu Fortabo who are starting.
Yeah, they have some big young men on that defensive front.
Nice snap to Watkins. Dishes that out. And they say it was caught. It was, but not going to get him very much for Smith as he reels it in right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he caught that ball with his knee on the ground. So obviously in college football you can't advance it. So now it's 3rd and 10. And I think, Sam, we talked kind of before we came on the air how important 3rd down is going to be. What you want to do is stay out of 3rd and long. And that's what the Wildcats are facing here. You'd like this to be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 at the worst. And you kind of have the whole playbook. At 3rd and 10, kind of limits your options.
So opening drive for Villanova. 2-0 team taking on CAA first opponent of the year in Towson. Watkins in the 2-back set. A lot of time over the middle to Sanchez. 1st down and more. He gets near midfield and is bumped out across the midfield stripe. Big hookup to Jalen Sanchez, the leader in yards per catch in the nation last year.
Yeah, it's just a nice crossing pad. I'm going to, got to credit Isaiah Ragland here. We talk about his run. I'm going to pick up the blitz right there on the edge. Does a good job to give Watkins enough time to find a streaking Sanchez all the way in the just at the midfield.
Now 28 yards there for Sanchez.
So the Wildcats now 1 of 1 on 3rd down.
4th play of the drive here for Villanova. Give it back to Ragland. Tries to shift his way left, and he's clobbered pretty quickly. Will Middleton, the transfer from St. Francis, on the stop.
Good job again by that Towson front 3. Talked about how important it is to get balance. Right now the Wildcats just a one big pass play.
And a guy that Mark Ferrante raved about, David Avett, comes onto the field to spell Ragland. A big running back, says he has not had a running back this big at 6'2", 220.
And he's a regular freshman right out of high school.
Gets the call here. Right up the middle. Speed and power to make it a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, now it's 3rd and manageable here.
Yeah, Avett now, that's 11 rushes on the young season for about 81 yards. So he is making the most of his opportunities.
It could be 4-down territory here inside the 45. Probably know by the play selection here.
3rd and call it 3 here.
And Avett stays in the backfield with Watkins.
At the Towson 43. Into the 3 wide set. Watkins sideline. That's caught. 1st down It's Miles reeling it in as they'll have it across the 39.
Good job by Miles to come down with that. That was a major league fastball thrown right at him here. You see Watkins guns that ball, gets the foot down, got himself to the marker and picked up the first down. Good field awareness there by Miles.
Second first down pickup of the drive for Villanova. They convert a couple third down opportunities, and now it's the 7th play of the opening drive. Wildcats taking a lot of time and having their success. Move Sanchez, bottom of your screen. Look Sanchez's way. Watkins is mobile. Goes sideline for Smith. Did not get his feet down, and that's a good thing for Villanova. No, they do say he caught it, and that'll bring it out to the 34.
Yes, the head linesman, it was interesting. He looked like he said incomplete, but that's actually a 5-yard pickup, so the Wildcats will take that.
All right, so it's just not my eyes playing tricks on me
no,
there.
now they're going back. So
okay.
So now it's 2nd and 10, so I take that back. So I guess he signaled the right way. They put the ball down at the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Let's see if he gets a foot down or not. I'm going to assume he did. The official's right there, and he did not.
Yeah, it didn't look like. Yeah, and you see the call right there. Yeah, that's the correct call. So it'll go back to about the 38 for a 2nd and 10. Over the middle, incomplete. It was in and out of the hands of his target, Clayton, streaking downfield. Ragland back in the game at running back.
And Nolan Clayton would love to have that one back because he's probably doing a touchdown dance if he's able to hang on to that one. He had split the safeties. Nobody there with him. You'll see it here. Just doesn't get the hands ready in time and gets off the helmet.
You couldn't see, maybe that hit the shoulder pad, the face mask. He just could not bring that in. Redshirt freshman and the starting tight end this year. Now it's a 3rd and 10 for the Villanova Wildcats. Third down opportunity, the opening drive. 2-back set here with Mace joining Ragland. Watkins has a clean pocket. Looking sideline. Slippage and incomplete. His target was Daniel Lopes, who falls down, and there's no flag to be had.
Yeah, it looks like the Wildcats will probably stay out on the field, keep the offense out there on 4th and 10.
Villanova, interesting, this year has not attempted a 4th down conversion. Really haven't had too many situations where that's come about through the first couple games. Also keep in mind that...
Yeah, we also have seen Connor Watkins punt in this scenario. He did this up at Colgate last year.
Yep, that's where my head...
last week.
So we'll see if he does that right here. Got it inside the 10 in that game. Play clock is winding down. Watkins will punt. He sends that away to open turf. This is favorable for the Villanova Wildcats. It'll start Towson at its own 8. Miles going down on the coverage.
Well, Villanova with a pretty good drive, but unfortunately it doesn't come away with any points. And there's a quick pooch punt by Watkins, and a good job with that over his career.
So in the game of field position, the Villanova Wildcats were able to pin the Towson Tigers back, and now we will get a look at quarterback Sean Brown out of Apex, North Carolina. Wasn't sure who was going to go for them today. Not Carlos Davis, not Nathan Kent, who was the starter last year. It is Brown, who has thrown 10 passes in his now 5 years in college football. Does not throw it here. Hands it off to Matthews, who waterbugs ahead. That'll take him out to about the 15, pickup of 7.
You would think that the Towson offense is going to want to have a heavy dose of run here because, with the inexperienced Brown, he's a 5th-year senior, but inexperienced in terms of playing time. That they're going to try to run the football as best they can, keep him out of 3rd and long situations.
So it's a 2nd and 4 here. Back to Matthews. Bouncing off right guard, and there he goes, 1st and more after the broken tackle. Finally, Bell shoves him out of bounds, but Devin Matthews brings it up to the 40.
Yeah, he's 5'9", 195. They list him as, but he's a load. He gets that shoulder, low center of gravity here. He's going to get underneath. That was, not sure who that was up coming trying to make the tackle. Looks like Ethan Potter. Unable to come up with him.
Yeah, well, Potter was sprinting after him but there was a big stiff arm applied there. Meanwhile, throw downfield caught at the 40 of Villanova. And the Towson Tigers with John Dunmore bring it across midfield.
Yeah,
they'll have the ball at the 37.
Mims with a shoestring cackle there, or he's off to the races.
Yes.
Brown rolled out. Good throw there.
Yeah, so the 26-yard run for Matthews, and now Brown with an accurate throw for the 1st down. Looking to throw again. End zone. He's got Dunmore. Can't turn his body to make the catch. Dunmore calling for a holding, but Ice Waxter had him bottled up.
So much for that heavy dose of run game, right? 2 quick passes, throwing a deep ball down the sideline.
John Dunmore's got a whole lot of speed out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 3rd college, began his career at Penn State, then Oregon State. And he's here at Towson for his 2nd year with the Tigers. 2nd and 10 at the Villanova 37. Towson's opening drive. 4 wide set. Brown slings it out. First down completion. Big hit from Jalen Goodman, but it's reeled in by Sam Reynolds.
Nice timing play there. Good hit by Goodman. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Reynolds with his first career touchdown grab last week in the battle for Greater Baltimore against Morgan State. Yeah, so 3rd and 3. Beg your pardon on that. Have the ball at the 30, line to gain the 27.
So Chris Watkins in a tailback now for Matthews. Be an opportunity here. Maybe Carter Runyon 3rd and short.
Fake it to Watkins. Look for Runyon. He brings it in. Soft hands at the 16, and he waltzes into the end zone. Towson strikes first.
Yeah, you always talk about tight ends in the red zone, and there you saw it. Similar to what Villanova tried to do. Unfortunately, Clayton unable to hold on to it. This time, the All-American holds on to it for Towson. They get on the board first.
First touchdown reception of the year for Carter Runyon, and the first career touchdown pass for Sean Brown. He engineers a 92-yard drive for the Tigers. So for the point after, reigning all CAA kicker Keegan Vaughn is out. Patrick Coyle will snap it. Justin Ritter will hold. And Towson takes a 7-0 lead on the road. The Tigers with a strong start to this game, and it's that strong guy right there, Carter Runyon, who gets him on the board. 30-yard touchdown. Back to Villanova Stadium, where the Villanova Wildcats are facing a deficit here at home against the Towson Tigers. 30-yard touchdown pass, Sean Brown, Carter Runyon, and now the Villanova Wildcats will have to strike back here on their home turf.
Yeah, so everything working out well for the Tigers. You defer, you get a stop, you get the ball for the first time, you go punch it in the end zone, you take a 7-0 lead. Now it's time for the Villanova offense to respond.
Potter and Sapp back to return. Ritter sent to strike the ball on the kickoff for the second time. That was a 6-play, 92-yard drive that ended up with a touchdown in just 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Sapp back to retrieve. See if he can get a nice return in here. And he's piled on at about the 23 or so, and Villanova Similar spot to where they started on their opening drive. Were able to get it into Towson territory, advancing at 40 yards, but ultimately it was the Connor Watkins pooch punt that started Towson pretty deep in its own end.
So another good job by the Towson coverage unit.
Yeah, their special teams, like many schools, a big focus. They call them the Special Forces. That is their nickname for that group. Three-man front for Towson. And Watkins with Ragland to his side. Watkins keeps. Beautiful pump fake. First down and more, as Watkins will tumble up to about the 34.
Yeah, that's the dual threat that Connor Watkins is. You got to respect the running game of Ragland, and we talked about Ovid coming in too. And then Watkins decides to keep it, picks up 11.
Was undercut there by Miles Brody, the cornerback, to end the play. So 1st and 10 Villanova, quick first down pickup. Tight end Clayton to the right side of the formation. Going to Ragland here. He's got a big hole. Isaiah Ragland turns it up a little bit to the 46. 12-yard gain for a first.
Yeah, so back-to-back first down rushing plays, one from Watkins and this one from Ragland. Wildcats moving the ball here up near midfield on 2 quick runs.
Halfway mark of the first quarter near, and Ragland getting going on that nice run. He's been averaging about 6.5 yards a carry through his first 2 of the season. Redshirt freshman. It was great last year against Elon in a game where he saw a lot of time. 1st and 10. Watkins has it. Goes to Mace. Mace looking for a block. Hops his way to the 48 of Towson. So Jabril Mace making things happen to bring him across midfield.
Yeah, they like Mace's speed, so they want to get him out wide and in space. If he can make that first guy miss, they feel he can make some chunk plays. Picks up about 6 on first down.
Coach Mark Ferranti saying he's, in terms of looking at the backs they've had in recent years, most similar to TD Iodurajaye in terms of his change of pace ability. So Jabril Mace makes it a 2nd and 4. Here's David Ovitt trying the pistol. Smith in the backfield. Go to Smith. 2 touchdowns last week. Devin Smith crashes down just past the first down marker. So a new set of sticks for the Wildcats.
It seems like the Wildcats like their chances out wide against this Towson team. We talked about the stoutness up front. You know, bunch of big boys up there in the middle. And they're going to say, well, we'll make them run. And you see Dunbar at 305 over the nose. You know, Brockman Wallace about 280. So there's some big size up there. And they say, let's get these guys running sideline to sideline.
And Ryan Roseborough, 50 in white, reigning special teams player of the week in the CAA. One of the guys that mixes in there.
He's at 315.
On first down, Watkins has it again. Tries to take off, lowers the shoulder for about a 3-yard pickup to the Towson 41. So, Steve, we've seen Connor Watkins use his legs a few times on this drive, and Villanova seems to be moving the ball methodically, and every play they're at least gaining 3 or 4 yards on this drive.
You just got to be able to sustain drive, stay out of negative plays, stay out of the holding penalties, stay away from the false starts, and then eventually you pick your shots downfield, because hopefully you kind of suck those defensive backs up. You get them a little, pump and go, and you can get behind them.
Daly in motion. And they hand it to Sanchez. Nice play. Jalen Sanchez in space. Oh, so dangerous. But lost his footing.
Yeah,
the turf monster might have got him there at the 41.
All that basically for no gain. It looked good on paper, but the result is not much. As I said, he kind of just lost his footing at the end. Watkins here with a good block to free him. And Fay out front just couldn't get his guy to the ground.
And Will Middleton and Xavier Terry strung that out. And Villanova will have a 3rd and 8, 2 for 3 on 3rd down so far.
And the Wildcats will go with 2 backs, Mace and Abbott.
Smith is in that slot in the 3 wide set. Play clock winding down for Watkins. Watkins steps up, looking for the first. Connor Watkins swerves ahead. He gets it to the 32.
Yeah. Showed great field awareness there, knew exactly where he had to get to, and he dives head first and gets it just by about a half a yard. So good job by Connor Watkins there. Good decision making on third down.
Watkins' 4th carry of the quarter, and now he's up over 20 yards rushing in the first frame. Villanova's second drive continues to move along as they're about 12 yards away from the Towson red zone. Ragland the back. Watkins throws. He's got Miles. First down completion over the 20. I think the ball squirmed out, and we got a big scrum for it. Let's see who comes out with it.
Towson was there first. Let's see if they were able to come up with it. Miles took a pop, caught it over the middle, and then lost it on the hit. Let's see who comes up with it. Towson was there first. I'm not sure they got it or not. Look. As they look to unpile, Towson thinks they have it, but they don't count. The officials do, and the officials say Towson has it.
So tough break for the Villanova Wildcats. Nick Haynes was pointing, saying, "We have it, we have it," and it is Towson.
The ruling on the field is a catch with a fumble recovered by the defense.
Yeah, I think it was C.J. McClendon who came up with a 25. Let's see if it's just missed the replay there. If he did have it, looked like
it's under his back. Yeah, it was under his back there initially, and Terry applied the hit. And Towson will take over, so Villanova fumbles it away.
That's their first turnover of the year and comes at a tough time.
The ruling on the field is a catch followed by a fumble recovered by the defense. The previous play is under further review.
So the replay of officials that are next to us in the booth next door are going to take a look at this. Maybe we'll get another look as well to see. Does he have possession? Does he make a football move with the ball before he loses it? That'll be the key here.
Yeah, so we'll get a look. Nice pitch and catch. He took a couple steps.
Yeah, the ball was up on his shoulder. Did he possess it? It kind of goes behind him.
Yeah, the officials right next to us, they have their blinds down, so we can't get a peek at what they're looking at. But we have an excellent view of it here.
Let's see here if he can. Does he see the ball's being bobbled?
You can't really see if that ball's being bobbled. That's the problem.
Yeah,
and
I'm not sure there's enough to overturn that.
Yeah. Yeah, so at the very least, you probably look at that and you say, like you mentioned, Steve, just you're not able to confirm it one way or the other.
So a big call coming up here early in the game.
Carlton Derrick is the replay official today as Todd Boyd leads the crew. Villanova moving the ball on its first couple drives, but drive number 2 might be upended here late in this first quarter. See if this angle shows us.
See if he possesses the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if that's his body kind of shielding the ball, so you couldn't really see it. And try every angle you have. You see what you can come up with. And as of now, that's a 14-yard pitch and catch, but a fumble forced by Xavier Terry, recovered by Towson.
And the Wildcats hope it's 2nd and 10 is what they want it to be.
Yeah, they would.
See, there the ball's moving, but it looks like he's going to brace himself. I don't think there's enough there to overturn this.
No. I think that's the best look we've had. And from that, I don't think anything's conclusive. So for a Towson team looking for an upset here, and the Towson team, it's got a lot of really tough games on its schedule. You already mentioned the Cincinnati game they had week 1. They're going to North Dakota State next week, the number 2 team in the nation. They're trying to make a statement here and pick up a road win. This would be a huge momentum shift.
Then they get a bye, and then they go to William and Mary. So,
yeah, even
the officials there still looking at this, trying to. They're taking a good look at it. There's an overhead view. Like I said, the question is, does he possess it there, or is the ball moving? And they say he never had possession.
Yeah, I think from the overhead view, if they're able to zoom in and the officials can do that, then they might get their answer there. If Towson does take over, they will have the ball at their own.
They're doing a lot. The back judge has got his whole pad out and everything. Looks like he's getting ready to write something down, which might help Villanova because they got to get the clock right. They got to get down and distance right if it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's Tim Gallagher, the back judge, for today's matchup. And this is a really pivotal moment here with this first quarter moving along as to.
This is taking a long time.
Well, certainly is.
I'm not sure what the back judge would be writing down. If it well, unless it's going to be second and going back to the spot.
Let's see what this shows us.
Well, maybe targeting. Yeah, he lowers his head, but that's a tough hit.
That was my first thought initially, but he got him with the shoulder. The head seemed
After
to.
review, the play was reviewed for targeting. There is no targeting on the play. After review, the ruling of a catch and a fumble stands. First down, Towson.
About what we thought. We missed the targeting piece early on, but there was. Now, if there's targeting on that, I don't think the play stands then.
Yeah, but certainly. But the crown of the helmet it never made that contact. So Towson will take over after Miles fumbles it. The big hit from Xavier Terry. And second drive for Sean Brown, who threw a 30-yard touchdown pass on the opening drive to Carter Runyon, the All-American tight end. So first and 10 Tigers. Own 18. Almost a one-handed grab there. Got jarred loose from Jason Doss.
Yeah, that ball was out quick. Doss hadn't even made his break yet, and that ball was out. Got on him pretty quick.
As the Doss caught a touchdown in the opener against Cincinnati.
Looks like Towson's going to go a little quicker here.
See Sean Brown's numbers. Weren't sure what to expect from a guy that only thrown 10 passes in his college career. Good first drive. Second and 10 in the two-back set. Gave it off to Matthews, but he is slung down, fights his way for a yard, but that was a hard yard.
Give him credit. He was tackled 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It wouldn't go down. Basically gets it out. Maybe like Sam said, about a yard. Give him a full yard.
Yeah, so that was some.
They're actually going to move him back now. They took his yard away. Make it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, so at least he didn't lose too much there. Could have gone a whole lot worse. Hartzell and company.
Well, here's an opportunity for Villanova to get off the field defensively. 3 and out would go big after the turnover. And you got to watch out for number 8 again.
Yeah, Towson offense shifting some things around. Runyon, the tight end, in the backfield. He's there as a blocker. Brown devoured. Brown is sacked. Nigel McSween gets a hold of him, and the Wildcats get a huge 3rd down stop.
That's what the Villanova defense needed. McSween coming off the edge, beats the tackle on that right side, and he does a good job getting Brown to the ground right here.
Brown
good
did
wrap
not
there.
sense him. Throws him down. 3 and out for the Tigers after the fumble recovery.
And with that sack, the Wildcats should get decent field position here. Devin Smith back deep for the Wildcats.
So there is Devin Smith, the transfer from North Carolina Central. Hunter Bryce LaFollette gets that away, nearly blocked. Fair catch signaled, and that'll give Villanova possession at their own 46. So like you mentioned, Steve, good field position coming up after this break. Stays 7-0 Towson. We'll see if the Wildcats can even the score.
Immediate timeout on the field.
At Mainline Health, we make sure that heart care is heartfelt. From murmurs to heart valve disease, we listen, we treat, we innovate. It's where your health is held alongside your humanity, where cutting-edge clinical trials meet compassion, with expertise ranging from preventive to pioneering. Because human care listens to your heartbeat and who it beats for. So if the rhythm of life changes, turn to the place where world-class isn't just nearby. It's where human care has a home.
When planning your next step, Villanova University's College of Professional Studies meets you where you are. Whether your journey leads to a long-awaited degree, enables you to change careers, or accelerates your current one, we have rigorous online and on-campus programs designed to align your experience with your aspirations. When everything you've been ignites everything you'll be, transformation has no age limit. Pursue the next you.
first quarter in the books. Let's look at some quarterback stats here through one period of play. The Wildcats unable to score any points, but the Villanova Wildcats moving the ball, possessing the ball, and we'll see if they can finally break it into the end zone here. Connor Watkins contributing to 43 of those 65 rushing yards for Villanova.
Yeah, you can see there that Wildcats advantage in just about everywhere except on the scoreboard where it matters, as they trail 7-0, and they'd like to get that even. Here's their 1st and 10 from the Towson 30.
So Villanova comes back out to start the second. Sam Cooperman, Steve Pannone with you. Tessa Peloso, our sideline reporter today. Gabe Steiner, Josh Igo and company running our show as Villanova trying to even the score here. The number 5 team in the nation going against a 4-man front here. And Towson will change that to 3.
And they dropped that linebacker back off the line of scrimmage.
It's Nick Haynes who recovered the fumble. Ragland looking for room and he's not going to find it here. He crumbles down to make it 2nd and 10 at the 30.
It looked like he was trying to get a little cutback, and there was just no angle there, no hole for him to find any room. He brings up 2nd and 10.
Will Middleton very active early, 4th tackle of the game for the St. Francis transfer. There is Watkins, the preseason Walter Payton Award watch list member. He's got wheels, can also throw. He's going to run it here. Leaps up and he tumbles at about the 21. He had his legs taken out from under him, but Connor Watkins picks up some yardage after CJ McClendon brings him down.
Yeah, so it'll be 3rd and 1 from the 21 here. Avitt coming in. Mentioned the size, a little bigger back than Ragland. So short yardage, you might see him here.
In Villanova, Ragland's the lead guy, but they rotate about 4 backs between Ragland, Avitt, Wright, and Mace. And it is the true freshman from Potomac, Maryland.
Let's see if this offensive line can hold up here, short yardage.
It's Watkins. We'll see if he gets it. He's right there, and I think he's across.
Yeah, see the signal. They're going to move the sticks. He got it past the 30, which was the line to gain. Excuse me, the 20, which was the line to gain. So good decision there by Watkins to keep it. Gets it inside. It's about the 19-yard line. Wildcats once again will have 1st and 10.
So Villanova got the ball here at the 156 mark of the 1st, and you see Connor Watkins. That's a tough guy to move.
Yeah, it's nice to see Kenyon Miles back in the game after that hit he took where that forced the fumble. I think this is his first play back in the game.
Alfred Thomas had the tackle before. So first trip to the red zone. Catch made. Avitt looking for room, and he goes down behind the 20. Gang tackle there, and Avitt will mark him back at the 20 to make it 2nd and 11.
Good job by the secondary of Towson to get up there and make a play.
So they use the 2-back set there and make it a 2nd and 11 here as Villanova trying to even the score.
The Wildcats now with 4 wideouts on the floor. Daniel Lopes on the field as well.
Lopes, someone who's really emerged in the Villanova wide receiver room. Watkins looks to throw. Protection holds up. Looking end zone. And that's way overhead of Smith, who was bottled up by the safety, Terry.
He really kind of just threw that one away. It wasn't much there. Good coverage.
So Devin Smith, the veteran deep threat who's come over from North Carolina Central, one of a few key grad transfers for Mark Ferrante's team.
But now a 3rd and 11 situation here from the 20.
About 5 minutes on this 3rd Villanova drive. Done everything but punch it in so far. Play clock down to 5. And whistles. I think Mark Ferrante is going to want some time here. Bring his guys over to go over the 3rd down play call.
Villanova.
Yeah, obviously an important play here early in the game.
30 seconds.
Mark Ferrante wants to make sure that Chris Bowden's got the right one called.
Yeah, so in this situation, Steve, what would you think the approach is here do you think of it as a 4-down territory thing? That would be a big gamble given the score.
I think they take this field goal attempt from here. Now, if they lost yardage, they knocked them out of range maybe, but I think, within losing 5 yards, I think you probably try to get on the board and take the 3 points if you can get them.
Yeah, Ethan Getman is the new Villanova kicker, coming over from Bryant, where he had an exceptional career. We saw him drill a 42-yard field goal in the win over Youngstown State week 1. He's a left-footed kicker.
And from here, it's about 37 yards if they don't gain any yardage.
And if they do go with that component, you figure maybe a short passing play or even just a run here if they're just setting up for the field goal.
I think they'll run around. I think they feel comfortable in the range from here that they can run a 10, 12-yard pattern and try to hit a first down. If not, take the field goal from the 20.
No tight end of the game. It's a 4-wide set with Ragland in the back. Watkins to throw. Looking end zone. Was that caught? Was that caught? Yes, it was. Touchdown Wildcats. What a grab by Jalen Sanchez.
Sanchez went up over the defender to haul it in. What a play by Jalen Sanchez.
First touchdown of the season for Jalen Sanchez. He leaps up for the explosive play, and Villanova is an extra point away from evening the score.
Show your athleticism. Look at this play right here. Go up over the defender and come down with it. That's a touchdown. Even with with both people have possession of the ball, it goes to the offense. So I don't think this is. It might get looked at, but it shouldn't be overturned. See him go to the ground right there with the ball.
That's Daniel Raymond, the outside linebacker, who was covering Jalen Sanchez. Not an easy assignment for him. And Sanchez, he almost got up too early for that. He was just hanging in midair.
The movement on the field is a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
And they are going to look at it, but we've seen 2 replays, and I don't think there's anything there you can say that the defender has the football. You got to remember now, once Sanchez comes to the ground with the ball, he's down. It's not when they roll over 3 and 4 times later who comes up with the ball.
So they'll do that segment, you got Moss. That's always a big thing, and I think that probably applies. Although Raymond getting his hands on it, maybe you could make a case for it to go the other way and not make that segment. But they're going to look at this again, Steve. You highlighted it beautifully. I don't see how you could overturn it. Yeah. There's nothing conclusive here.
And credit Watkins for hanging in there with the rush in his face. He's down now, so all this stuff here doesn't matter. What's going on there?
And once again, as he was ready to absorb the blow, Watkins uncorks it. Look at Sanchez.
That's a heck of a catch.
He's levitated.
Yep, and he's got possession there. Yeah, that's a touchdown. I would be very angry if they overturn this one.
Understandably so. Jalen Sanchez, big year last year.
You can see him there. He's picking him up with the ball in his hand. He's got it in his hand now. So if who wins the end of the scrum, it was Jalen Sanchez. So I don't think there's anything.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
I think that was the right call. So I think the replay booth is 2 for 2 today.
Yeah, and interesting, they say stands. They don't confirm it, but there was nothing really they were going to be able to confirm. They get enough to say, we cannot overturn that. And Sanchez with his first touchdown of the season.
So Ethan Getman for the tying score here.
And Getman sticks it through. We're even at 7. Villanova with a massive 3rd down conversion, and it is Villanova Stadium. Sam Cooperman, Steve Pannone, Tessa Peloso with you. Villanova ties itself with Towson after a beautiful 20-yard touchdown grab by Jalen Sanchez. And the Wildcat defense will try and go back to work after forcing a 3-and-out on Towson's last offensive drive.
Yeah, what a catch by Jalen Sanchez. He's run over the back of the defender. And kicking, as I mentioned, credit Connor Watkins for hanging in there because the pocket's breaking down. He's got two guys right in his vision. And, sometimes they say, just get it out to your receiver, let him go make a play. And did Jalen Sanchez make a play?
That was Connor Watkins' 40th career touchdown pass to go along with 22 rushing touchdowns. Year 6 of Villanova, year 3 is the starting QB. Getman boots it away. Fair catch signaled for by Doss. Take it out to the 25.
Good job by Getman. Had good height on that kick. Not much Doss could do with it, so he'll fair catch it. And as Sam mentioned, they go 1st and 10 at the 25.
So the story coming into today was the quarterback situation for the Towson Tigers. Carlos Davis emerged in the preseason as the starter, winning the battle after coming over from UMass with the incumbent starter Nathan Kent. But Davis took a big hit in the win over Morgan State last week. He was warming up, did not start. Kent not starting. Instead, it's Sean Brown, who had thrown 10 career passes prior to today. And he quarterbacks his 3rd drive of the day. Handoff on 1st down and a bruising run to take him just to the 26.
Shane Hartzell was on a run blitz there. He timed that perfectly. Hit the running back right in the middle of the hole for a short gain, maybe one.
That's Tyrell Green Jr., his first carry of the day. He's someone who mixes in with Matthews, who you could say is the bell cow back, and Chris Watkins, who we've seen a few times today. 2nd and 9 for Towson. Handoff again. They go to Green again. And this time he's able to accrue a few more yards. That'll take him out to about the 33.
Good hard running by Green there. Now it's 3rd and 2. You got the whole playbook at your disposal.
And he gains 7.
No chance for a 3-and-out here from Villanova again. See what their defense can come up with here on 3rd and short.
Go back to Green. And I think forward progress will get him just enough. It does. So they move the sticks.
That 2nd down play was huge. You had 2nd and 9. They pick up about 7 on 2nd down. Made it 3rd and really short.
So the second quarter continues to move along. Something we didn't talk about as we started. Jalen Montgomery starting at left tackle today. Dan Volpe went down in that 2nd game. And on the run this time, it looks like it's Matthews who's able to chug his way to the 39.
Yeah, Hartzell got him up high, but Matthews, good leg drive, picks up about 3.
Apologies, that was Green again. They go back to him, but Matthews is now on the field. So
good series there by Green. Gives him good hard running.
Yeah, Tyrell Green Jr., 4 straight runs, and he's able to get his team 14 yards on those runs.
Here's the key down. If you can stuff a run here or you get an incomplete pass to bring up 3rd and long, you like your chances defensively.
Chucky Smith, who Villanova brought over from Wofford, on the left side of that line. Go to Matthews. Oh, he's undercut and taken down. Big hit. Villanova getting to him.
I think it was Christian Sapp coming up from his safety position. So a well-timed play by Sapp. He might want out. Looks like he's hurt his hand a little bit. So I'm waving to the sideline there. So you're good. Stay in there. So that was what I wanted, Sam. Now it's 3rd and 11.
A loss of 4 there for Matthews. You don't see that from him too much.
And they take Runyon off the field, so.
Sapp remains out there. No tight end, as you mentioned, Steve. The All-American Runyon comes off.
So they go 4 wideouts, one back. Try to spread the field here on 3rd and 11.
Quarterback Brown trying to keep the drive going. Short pass.
This is where you got to tackle.
Dunmore brought down.
Good job there. Run to the football, and the Wildcats do a good job of doing that. If they catch the football in front of the sticks, you got to run to the football, get them to the ground. Really good job by the Villanova defense.
Mims the tackle, and we'll see Towson bring the punting unit out here, middle of this 2nd quarter. Villanova had trailed since Towson's opening drive, and they have a chance to take their first lead of the game. And we'll see if the Wildcats, who almost got home on the first Towson punt, can do so again here.
See if they come after it or play return here. This part of the field, I don't think they'll go after it.
Devin Smith, the return man. La Follette, the punter, Gets it away, kind of toes it. Bounces inside the 19 and dove on at the 15. Devin Smith making sure he bottles that thing up, and 85 yards in front of the Wildcats here.
Well, good job by Smith to get on that after the bounce so you don't give up the extra yardage on the roll.
So La Follette flips the field, and Villanova even score. Connor Watkins out for his 4th drive. Watkins has already ran for 54 yards, and he's already thrown for 78, so doing it in both capacities is this dual threat, powerful quarterback that has done so much here at Villanova and still so much to come here in year 6.
Yeah, let's see if they, he's been the key cog in the running game. See if they can get the running backs going a little bit. That those back-to-back 11-yard runs, one by Ragland and one by Watkins.
It's Avett the back here. Shape shifts his way through the line, and he's pounced on at the 22, gain of about 6.
That's a nice first down run.
And you see why they rave about David Avett. A lot to see there, a lot to like. His brother, who plays at Maryland, is going to face him next week when the Wildcats go down to take on the Terps. It's cut side to side. And
bunch of flags in here late. Both guys are pointing at each other as always. Let's see what the officials say.
No penalties.
It's against
so
Towson.
far.
If it's against Towson, it would be a first down.
Offsides. Defense, number 59.
And it is.
In the neutral zone, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty. Results in down.
So the Virginia Lynchburg transfer, Fortabo, the guilty party, making his first career start at Towson today. And now it is Villanova who will move the sticks. 5 yards on the penalty, only needed 3. Avett with the nice run to set that up. Wildcats really dominating in time of possession this game.
Yeah, but you'd love to score here before the half because, as we mentioned, Towson will get the ball to start the second half.
Handoff, and that'll get him to the 23 or so, or sorry, the 28, I should say.
Yeah, so just a 1-yard gain there.
Avett again. So 2nd and 9 here for Villanova. Towson will rotate those defensive linemen. Watkins avoids trouble initially, but not eventually. He goes down, and Towson brought some pressure, and the Tigers with Trey Birch on the stop.
And they finally got to Watkins, who's been able to escape some of that pressure and make some plays into his legs. But this time he does not escape the Towson pass rush.
Here's a look.
You see them bringing the D back 25 as well off the edge, and a good play there by the big fella Birch.
Yeah, so Birch gets a hold of him. McClendon, the outside linebacker, as you mentioned, Steve, he was in the vicinity, forcing him outside. 3rd and 14. Pocket holds up. Looking sideline, but incomplete. Will this draw a flag? Brody was in coverage.
Yeah, it's tough to get a flag right in front of the opponent's bench. There was a lot of contact over there. Let's see if they throw it. They don't.
Yeah, so Villanova will have to send out the punting unit, which is going to feature a guy who's seen a lot. There's
see here, see a lot of. That's probably a good no call. I don't think there's enough there to throw the flag. Good defense.
Just looking for Miles, and guy we've seen a lot, Ethan Getman, does all 3 phases: kickoffs, place kicking, and punting.
Give Miles Brody credit there on that coverage.
Punt protection unit out for the Wildcats. Punt angle towards the sideline, and Dunmore has to settle for a fair catch. Mims ran into him at the end of the play, and I think Towson was hoping that would draw a flag, but it doesn't look like it will.
Dunmore caught it and then kind of took a couple steps to the side, so it was kind of where Mills was, where Mims was headed.
It seemed like he just kind of bumped into him as he was stopping. He wasn't going towards him to do anything. And here's another look. You be the judge. Yeah. They let it go.
Yeah, that's probably the right call.
You don't want to have a massive flip of the field on a play like that. See what Towson can do on its 4th drive Scored on the first. They've come up empty on the last couple. Matthews is the back for the Tigers. Matthews breaks one tackle, but then Richie Kimmel, the inside linebacker, comes over to drag him down.
Yeah, Hartzell in there as well. Potter from his safety position. But a nice pickup on first down. Give him about 6.
Line to gain is the Towson 41. Tigers looking for their first top 10 upset of the Pete Shinnick era. They beat 2 top 15 teams last year in William and Mary and UNH. 2nd and 4. Brown looks to air it out. Just a little too far for DeKendall James.
Yeah, he had time. Waxter had good coverage. James was trying to kind of a late post. Good job by Waxter.
Yeah, Ice Waxter finally seeing him at close to full capacity. He wasn't out there week 1 against Youngstown State. A little more last week, but preseason Buchanan Award watch list member. A large corner that possesses a lot of skills. 6'2", 215 out of Newark, New Jersey, drawing a lot of attention. There he is matched up against Jason Doss. 3rd and 4 for Towson. Brown in some trouble, and down he goes. Ball came out at the end. Let's see what happens. He was under duress from Martin.
It looked like Villanova had a guy on it, but the Towson offensive lineman came and knocked him off, and they'll keep the ball.
Capri Martin.
It was either Page or Brooks who came up with it. Villanova had a chance.
The runner was down.
Okay. I don't know if you heard that through our headset, but the runner was down, so the fumble didn't happen. Let's see here.
There's Martin.
He's not down.
No.
So let's see if there's a clear recovery here.
Well, certainly was not down. This angle, it's a really nice angle, I should add, by our crew.
Now let's see if there's a clear recovery by Villanova here.
Squirming around.
I think 74 got
Ruling
it.
in the field was that the runner was down. Previous plays under further review.
That's a fumble, but it looks like 74 for Towson recovers the fumble.
Yeah, you
KJ Brooks.
And you figure the freshman All-American from last year, KJ Brooks, that's what they're going to come up with there in their findings. This is the 3rd time going to the replay in the half, and they've been right on both of the first 2.
So it really just doesn't. Villanova had a shot at that ball, too.
Yeah, very much up for grabs. And it's interesting, Villanova, this will be the 2nd sack of the first half for the Wildcats. Towson last year, best in the CAA. They only allowed 15 sacks.
Here it is. You'll see right here. That ball is coming out now. His knee is not down. Good job by Capri Martin. And right here, looked like they had a chance at it. Looks like Hartzell couldn't get down quick enough. And then 74 Brooks came in and just drove him off the ball.
And here, this look.
See, Hartzell reaches his arm in here. I think you got to get on top of the ball here.
Strip sack
Actually,
for Martin.
There's Bell and Hartzell trying to come in with the arm. Dive on that football, especially in this part of the field. If you can get possession at the 30, your offense will take that every time.
Yeah, so the Towson offense that looked so good on that opening drive, they've really stalled out since then.
After review, it was a fumble recovered by the offense. 4th down.
So officials clean that up quickly, and once again, a man who's been pretty busy of late, Bryce LaFollette, will come out to punt.
As you mentioned, the Villanova defense after that first drive has really stepped up.
Punt protection unit out there. That includes Ryan Roseborough, 50 in white, who we talked about, 6'2", 315, athletic redshirt freshman.
See if they can. Devin Smith can get something returnable here. So maybe a low kick.
We've seen Villanova almost get
The ball
to a
was
few
recovered at the
punts.
33-yard line. It'll be 4th down there.
So they're going to respot this ball
They have it
before.
at 32 right now, and they need to move it a yard.
Correction, the 32-yard line.
Since it's at the 32, he changed his mind. We'll move it back a yard.
Good thing he didn't move it after saying the 33. That's we had to move it back again. Villanova trying to pull ahead here. Towson led after the first quarter. Jalen Sanchez touchdown grab equalized it. Protection holds up. As LaFollette booms it away. Smith up ahead, breaks a few tackles, 30. Roseboro got down there and stuffs him. The big fella gets down there. There's a flag at the end of the play.
It's a late flag thrown by the referee well up the field.
There's a Tiger down you see in your picture.
I think that's Roseboro, who we just talked about.
Yeah, that is Ryan Roseboro.
Let's see what the flag is. It's a big call because Villanova at the 30, if you're going back to the 15, that's not great. But if you're going to the 45, it's a lot better. It's like they're pointing against Villanova.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team, number 26, 10-yard penalty. First down.
So Isaiah Wright on the penalty, and right now Towson will check on Roseboro, who really ran a long way to make that hit. He was in punt protection and then was able to sprint downfield to get to him. This is a kid who played running back in 8-man football in high school, and he ran for a lot of yards on a really good team out of Greenville, North Carolina, and hope he's doing all right as he winces his way off the field.
Yeah, he obviously got the worst of the tackle he made.
So for the Villanova Wildcats now, the question is going to be, can they move the ball, as Tessa's got more downstairs.
I caught up with graduate safety Ty Trin this week and asked him about this Towson matchup. How every year it's always physical, it's always chippy, and he says, we know what we have to do today. He goes, we have to finish these tackles, wrap up, and run our feet on contact. He said the emphasis this week on practice is we want to be the hammer, not the nail. So we know what we're getting into in this ball game, guys.
Thanks, Tessa, and that's all held true today. We've definitely seen a chippy physical game as Watkins on the keeper breaks loose, and he spun down across the 28.
Pick up 8 on first down.
It's forcing Will Middleton, the inside linebacker, to try and stick with him. Connor Watkins has been successful with his legs today. Beautiful fake.
Yeah, didn't show some speed to get outside, lowering that shoulder as we talked about.
2nd and 2 for the Wildcats. Have to get it across their own 30. Handoff this time, and first down for Villanova. They'll move the sticks.
That's Isaiah Wright. That was Ragland, excuse me, but his first, not his first carry, a first down carry. As he gets it past the sticks. Wildcats would love to put something on the board here and go into half with the lead.
And Ragland, as he typically does, getting the bulk of the carries, but we've seen the heavy dose of David Ovid in there and also Jabril Mace. 1st and 10. Watkins keeps, slings that out, grabbed by Daly, who's pushed aside as Luke Daly with his 3rd grab of the season, the junior from Ryan, New York, on the short gain.
Yeah, he'll pick up about 4 on first down. Good hands there.
Dangerous throw. Miles Brody was in pursuit.
They're going to give him 5, so a nice pickup on first down.
Really had to throw that one quickly, and the arm strength of Watkins on display on that pitch and catch. Second and 5 for the Wildcats. Pressure comes. Dumps it out to Lopes. Open room for a first down.
Good read by Watkins there. He saw the blitz coming from his left and threw it right over, throw it where the blitz comes from. He threw it right out to Lopes, who was wide open. Pick up a first down and into Towson territory. Good read by Connor Watkins. You see it here. He sees the corner coming right at him, Raymond. He does a good job to get it right out to Lopes.
So they spotted at the Towson 48. First down handoff. Ragland wrapped up. Dumped after a minimal gain there. Put him back at the line of scrimmage for 2nd and long.
Wildcats with 2 timeouts remaining, and they'll also get the 2-minute timeout here. So they're in no hurry. They'd prefer not to give the ball back to Towson this half.
It's Brockman Wallace, the 2nd on the stop. He's one of a couple of former fullbacks for Towson that was converted to a defensive lineman when Coach Shinnick took over a couple of years ago. 2nd and 10. Watkins flushed out. On the run, the throw. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Watkins using his mobility to get out of dodge.
Good job there. Just throw it away and live another down. Now it'll be 3rd and long.
First half winding down, low scoring. Villanova shut out in the first quarter. Wildcats even the score early second. Jalen Sanchez caught the lone Villanova touchdown. Carter Runyon on the other end caught the opening score of the game.
A big play here for the Towson defense. They can get their offense the ball back with 2 minutes to go.
Towson showing blitz. They don't blitz. Only bringing 3. Watkins goes down back at midfield. Connor Watkins loses a couple.
Yeah, credit the secondary of Towson. They've done a good job on these Villanova receivers. Nowhere to go with that football.
Looks like Fortabo got in the backfield.
2-minute timeout.
And the 2-minute timeout. Don't call it a warning. It's not a warning. It's a timeout. New rule in college football. We'll come back for 4th down right after this.
Can't hide what makes NJM Insurance so great. Although some may try. We're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. What if all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use mascots? And were known for putting their policyholders first. Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Back to Villanova Stadium. 2-minute timeout. 7-7 Villanova and Towson. We'll see if the 5th-ranked Villanova Wildcats, who kick off their CAA slate today, can enjoy the good vibes, good weather with the win. Towson does not make their life easy today, Steve, but Villanova driving here, and that's going to force them to punt on 4th and 12.
Yeah, and it's going to give Towson one more shot before the half. Wildcats with 2 timeouts remaining. Towson has all 3 of theirs.
And halftime, a lot to get to. You'll see some highlights, you'll see some stats, and we'll get you ready for that second half, as Villanova is trying to knock off Towson here at home for the 2nd consecutive year. 2-minute timeout, the new addition to college football, kind of creating what the NFL has been doing for years and bringing that to the college game, and haven't seen much negative feedback on it. It's been a lot of positives.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of usually like the NFL stole the 2-point conversion from college. Now I guess it's college's turn to steal something from the NFL.
Getman in trouble with the snap, but boots it away. Dunmore at his 10. Mims, nice tackle. Short gain. Dunmore only up to about the 14, and that's where Towson will get possession.
Now this will be interesting what Towson wants to do. They've struggled offensive since that first drive. They got the ball at their own 14-yard line and call it the 15. Do they want to be aggressive here? Villanova only has 2 timeouts, so they could run the ball pretty much 3 times and kick it back to Villanova with under a minute to go if they wanted to.
And Towson still with all 3 of its timeouts. They will get the ball to begin the second half.
If you're aggressive, you run the risk of some incompletions and stopping the clock. Well, I might be a little bit cautious here just because I know when I'm getting the ball to start the second half.
Well, Chris Watkins, who's in the game, is typically the passing down back for them.
Yeah, see if I can hit something in the run game here.
They run it with him. Bell brings him down. Brendan Bell.
We'll see if Mark Ferrani wants to use his timeouts. He does not. I think he only has 2, so I think if he gets a stop here, I think he would use one on after second down.
1-yard gain for Watkins.
Towson should take all 25 seconds here before they snap the ball. That's a mistake, snapping it with 20 on the play clock.
Watkins once again met in the hole.
Now you want to be timeout if you're Villanova here. Good job by Coach Ferrani. He gets that quick. You got 3rd and long here, and you're going to get a chance to get your ball back to your offense with a minute to go, and maybe you got to go, I don't know, 40 yards for a field goal. If you can get a stop here on 3rd down.
So Towson just barely over 100 yards of total offense. And the Villanova Wildcats are letting Towson, essentially, like you said, Steve, manage the clock in a way that potentially sets them up with a chance at pulling ahead here before halftime.
Yeah, now if you're Towson, you risk throwing the football because, it's 3rd down and 7. You throw an incompletion, stops the clock with 1:10, 1:08 to go, and then you got to punt to Villanova, who will keep that last time out. Or do you run the ball here with a lesser chance of making a 1st down and force Villanova to use that last time out?
Yeah, so certainly questions that will be answered here, how Towson wants to approach this. They're keeping their 3 timeouts in hand, and now 3rd and 7 on their own 18. They've thrown 7 passes in this first half, most of the work on that first drive, and about half of the passing yards in the Carter Runyon touchdown. So Sean Brown on 3rd and 7.
Runyon's the middle of the 3 receivers there. You see him there in your picture.
Somebody moved. It was either Page or it was either Wobodo. We'll see which way it goes.
That's a big mistake because now it's 3rd and 2.
Offsides. Defense, number 98 in the neutral zone, causing the offense.
Villanova struggled with this last week up at Colgate. You're standing right over the football. You can't be any closer to it. So a mental error there. Now that brings up 3rd and short, where a chance for Towson to convert and use their 3 timeouts. So a big play there. That wasn't even a play.
So it works out for the Tigers. Runyon wasn't sure if he was on or off. You see him at the top of your picture jogging off. So the 6'6" tight end is off the field, and Villanova.
Villanova should be allowed to shift because
that's what they're doing.
Towson substituted, so Villanova needs to be allowed to substitute.
Yeah, they counter by taking Wobodo off the field. 3rd and 3. Swing pass to Matthews. Finds the angle for a 1st down and dances to the sideline. Devin Matthews with the wheels to get to the 28.
You think that's just it's a 5-yard penalty. It's what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is made it 3rd and manageable. So instead of your team getting the ball back before the end of the half, Towson now can run the clock out or try to take some chances and see if they can get in field goal range. They mentioned they have all 3 timeouts remaining.
First grab of the day for Matthews out of the backfield, and 5-yard penalty, 5-yard catch. That moves the chains, and from their own 30 as we approach a minute to go. Matthews tried to break a 2nd tackle. He was dragged down from behind. Looked like Hartzell wrapped him up with Kimmel in pursuit as well.
It looks like Towson's content here to run the football. If they break one, great. If not,
Towson cashed in offensively on its opening drive. Brown dumps it off. Matthews get him up a couple of yards to the 37. Hartzell, the guy making a whole lot of tackles for this Villanova team. Him, Kimmel, and
First
Bell,
shot,
those linebackers.
Towson.
And Towson will take a timeout here.
30 seconds. Please put 33 seconds on the game clock. 33 seconds, please.
So they're taking the timeout here, Steve, but a lot of time has elapsed, and they still have those 2 other timeouts.
Yeah, so 3rd and 4, and they really, they ran the ball and then they threw a pass that stayed in bounds. So their opportunities here are limited now. They probably need a good. Now the kicker is obviously an all-league kicker, but you probably got to get it down at least to the 35 to give him a shot.
Career long for Keegan Vaughn is a 43-yarder.
Yeah, so they're looking at the 25 to get it down that far. But you say they still have the 2 timeouts in 33 seconds, so but they're going to have to start getting some chunk plays.
We saw him in warm-ups taking a crack at a few 55-yard field goal attempts. See if maybe that's the target for them, and you get across midfield to the 45. And
actually, more importantly, they need to convert here. It's 3rd down, so if they don't convert here, they're going to have to punt. Villanova with that 1 timeout could force the punt.
And we'll see how both sides play this. Remember, for Villanova, even though there's not much time left to get the ball, forget the kicking element of it. They've really done a good job on special teams getting down on some of those punts, nearly blocking a couple.
I'd rush 11. I wouldn't even put a guy back. Let the ball bounce.
3rd and 4 here. Brown. Pocket's messy. Down he goes. Kimmel got a hold of him.
Now, if you're Villanova, you can take your time out here and force them to punt. Doesn't look like they've called it yet.
Obina Wobodo plugged up the middle, pumps his fists. And the time winding down, Villanova does not seem like it will take that time out, and that seems like it will take us to halftime. Towson will get the ball to begin the second half. Villanova does not make them punt here. So 7-7 is our score after 30 minutes of play at Villanova Stadium. The Wildcats answer back, but we stay 7.
fresh air, a cup of joe, a walk through history together, a laugh and a half, a challenge, and a shopping spree. A celebration, a nightcap, and a much-needed release. Make Montgomery County, PA, your escape.
Home is for making dreams come true, for making memories that will last, for forging lifelong friendships, for watching your loved ones grow. The time is now to find the freedom that comes with pre-qualifying for a new home, or refinance in minutes and unlock the freedom to do the exciting things you've always wanted to do. Whichever path you choose, you can achieve your goals and celebrate the freedom of home ownership with Freedom Mortgage. Start making your dreams a reality at freedommortgage.com/dreams.
At Independence Blue Cross, we get to know our members and their communities, which are also our communities. For more than 85 years, we've earned our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. We're your hometown partner for life, and we'll never stop looking out for you.
Bacon. Good morning, everybody. Nothing like the Jersey Mike's morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
I've been living up here for months.
Got a package from Mr. DeVito?
Oh, my bacon sniffing horn. Oh, smell that bacon. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we're talking. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
At Mainline Health, we make sure that heart care is heartfelt. From murmurs to heart valve disease, we listen, we treat, we innovate. It's where your health is held alongside your humanity, where cutting-edge clinical trials meet compassion, with expertise ranging from preventive to pioneering. Because human care listens to your heartbeat and who it beats for. So if the rhythm of life changes, turn to the place where world-class isn't just nearby. It's where human care has a home.
At Independence Blue Cross, we get to know our members and their communities, which are also our communities. For more than 85 years, we've earned our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. We're your hometown partner for life, and we'll never stop looking out for you.
fresh air, a cup of joe, a walk through history together, a laugh and a half, a challenge, and a shopping spree. A celebration, a nightcap, and a much-needed release. Make Montgomery County, PA, your escape.
Home is for making dreams come true, for making memories that will last, for forging lifelong friendships, for watching your loved ones grow. The time is now to find the freedom that comes with pre-qualifying for a new home, or refinance in minutes and unlock the freedom to do the exciting things you've always wanted to do. Whichever path you choose, you can achieve your goals and celebrate the freedom of home ownership with Freedom Mortgage. Start making your dreams a reality at freedommortgage.com/dreams.
At Independence Blue Cross, we get to know our members and their communities, which are also our communities. For more than 85 years, we've earned our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. We're your hometown partner for life, and we'll never stop looking out for you.
Bacon. Good morning, everybody. Nothing like the Jersey Mike's morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
I've been living up here for months.
Got a package from Mr. DeVito?
Oh, my bacon sniffing horn. Oh, smell that bacon. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we're talking. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
At Mainline Health, we make sure that heart care is heartfelt. From murmurs to heart valve disease, we listen, we treat, we innovate. It's where your health is held alongside your humanity, where cutting-edge clinical trials meet compassion, with expertise ranging from preventive to pioneering. Because human care listens to your heartbeat and who it beats for. So if the rhythm of life changes, turn to the place where world-class isn't just nearby. It's where human care has a home.
At Independence Blue Cross, we get to know our members and their communities, which are also our communities. For more than 85 years, we've earned our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. We're your hometown partner for life, and we'll never stop looking out for you.
to Villanova Stadium. Sam Cooperman, Steve Pannone, Tessa Peloso with you. Appreciate you spending some of your Saturday afternoon with us. It's a beautiful day here at Villanova Stadium. And the Towson Tigers, like they started the first half, they had a really good drive. 8 plays, 56 yards, 3:47 off the clock. And the Wildcats facing a deficit after Keegan Vaughn sticks a 41-yard field goal.
Yeah, it was really 2 big pass plays. A 3rd and 5 they converted, and then the one down the sideline that got them into field goal range. Interesting call, though. 3rd and 2. They went for it all in the corner of the end zone, but they're able to connect on the field goal.
Keegan Vaughn now 3 for 4 on field goals this season. He drills his longest of the young year. Justin Ritter, a low kick, hops a few times before Sapp picks it up. Christian Sapp in some trouble and dragged down behind the 20.
So you see that so often. You see that kind of wobbly kick that takes a while, and it just kind of, and everyone just collapses around the football, and you don't get any momentum going forward, and you get good coverage when you have those kind of kicks. The thing is, you're fortunate for Towson, it didn't bounce out of bounds.
Yeah,
but now the Wildcats will have to go over 80 yards if they want to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, certainly potentially playing with fire there, but Daniel Raymond wrestles him down, and Villanova will start at their own 19. Wildcats with Connor Watkins rushing for 55 yards, passing for 96 through 1/2 of play. Bobbles the snap, but able to get it to Ragland. Keeps those knees high as he chugs ahead for a first down run. Up to the 32, gain of 13.
That's a really nice job there by Fay, the right tackle. Kyle Fay kicking out, and he runs right in behind that hole. Good job by Watkins to get the football. There you see, good job right there by Fay kicking out. Ragland runs right in behind him.
So Isaiah Ragland, first down pickup. That's his longest run of the afternoon. He remains the back in this 3-wide set. Tight end Nolan Clayton. Back to him. No room on that right side this time, though.
Yeah, give him 1. They'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Credit to Towson defense. Villanova's had some runs. You talked about Ragland here hitting 1 for 13, but they haven't consistently able to get the 5, the 8s, the 7-yard runs. They've done a good job of, if they do give up a big one, coming back with a a tackle for a 1-yard gain or a 2-yard gain.
Rutkowski, the tackle, outside linebacker in this 3-4. 2nd and 9, their own 33. 5th-ranked Villanova Wildcats started this season off 2-0. This is their first CAA game. Ragland into block this time. Watkins faces some heat. He crumbles at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just nothing downfield. I've talked about the job the secondary's done.
This is the combination of Fortabo getting in there, and Nick Haynes also a factor defensively.
Yeah, credit some, and Xavier Terry, one of the safety spots, one of the corners. Miles Brody doing a nice job down here on the near side. Now brings up 3rd and 10 again. Villanova has been 3rd and long a lot today.
So 3rd and 10 at their own 32. Line to gain the 42. After Towson kicked the go-ahead field goal, can Villanova respond? Towson brings 3. The late blitz from the linebacker, and Watkins gets it away, but not enough for anything to happen. Rodney Roan Jr. knocks Watkins to the side and forced the tough throw.
And Evan Rutkowski with the tackle on Ragland. Boy, punt situation here for the Wildcats. Just a good delayed blitz. Nice job by Roan. Timed that well.
Yeah, so Ragland got the feet down there along the sideline, and now it's 4th and 10. Punt for Getman. Doesn't get much on it.
Now off the side of the foot and out of bounds at midfield. So Towson's going to have an opportunity here. Momentum going their way here to start the second half.
Yeah, that punt will only get them about 16 yards or so, as Towson will have it across midfield for their second drive of the quarter. So Towson starts off by getting 3. They get the stop. And now the Towson Tigers, who are trying to pull the biggest win of the Pete Shinnick era here today at Villanova, will have the ball back in a really good spot.
Yeah, I thought it went out at midfield. It's going to be in the 46 of Villanova. So They're about a first down away from field goal range.
Yes, that's actually about a 14-yard punt when all's said and done.
We talked about the kicking game more. I more thought about field goal kicking, but the punt game is really important.
Green. He gets a few yards there. Tackled by Waxter, the all-conference cornerback. It's pickup of 3.
Not the scenario here because of where Towson has the football. We almost feel at some point Villanova is going to have to get a turnover and give their offense a short field.
Yeah, Wildcats, their second drive of the game, they were really moving the ball well, but big turnover caused by Terry, the safety for Towson. After he recovered a fumble, Villanova hasn't had too many short fields. Throw was behind the intended target here. He's looking for Jason Doss. 3rd and 7 coming up.
Big down here. Villanova would love to get off the field after that short punt.
Villanova last year winning here 33-10. As Towson did well on the road in a 5-6 campaign. A couple ranked wins for them, New Hampshire and William & Mary.
I think I read that was their only loss in the CAA on the road last year, was at Villanova.
Yeah, they were a better team away from Johnny Unitas Stadium than at home. Started off the new season 1-0 at home, though. Win over Morgan State. 3rd and 7. Brown dropped. Tough break for Towson. He put that ball on a platter for DeKendall James.
DeKendall James right in his hands, and that could be a big play in this game because they're in field goal range if he does what he's supposed to and just looks it in. Jalen Goodman there slow to get up.
Here's a look.
Yeah, this is a well-thrown ball right in the hands and just drops it. A huge miss there for Towson. Let's see if Villanova can take advantage of that now.
So Towson here with Virginia Tech transfer Bryce LaFollette. Will have a chance to pin the Wildcats pretty deep. We talked about them trying to get good field position. This could be the opposite of that, but Devin Smith is the return man there.
Big spread alignment here. I hear a whistle.
Well, we saw Ryan Roseborough go out earlier in the game. He is back in punt protection, so that's good to see for Towson that he's back on the field.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
It won't hurt him much. Yeah, you really need to take it. Now it makes it 4th and 12.
Yeah, it might have even been intentional by Pete Chinnick's team to...
Yeah, if you get Villanova jump, you're looking at 4th and 2, and maybe you think about maybe we want to go for it. Let's see if Dev Smith can get a low kick here and try to get a return.
Follette tries to pin him back. Sky-high punt. Fair catch. Smith slipped up. Did that hit him? Flag is down.
Yeah, I think it's
in the end zone.
That's going to be interference with it trying to make a catch. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's a huge play in the game.
We'll take a look at it here with Villanova trying to take its first lead of the day. Field position might end up benefiting the Wildcats here with a costly penalty on the Tigers. Referee Todd Boyd going over instructions with his crew. Here's a look.
So you see the fair catch, and then he trips him right there. Knocks his legs out. Good call by the official.
Kick catch interference, kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
So that will benefit Villanova. They'll take it out to about the 29, I believe. I think it was about the 14-yard line where the infraction occurred.
Yeah, so we'll see exactly where they mark it, but that would check out for sure. And for Villanova, it's not the best field position, but it's certainly a lot better than what it could be. So the Wildcats will indeed snap from their own 29.
Now they're moving it back to the 27. The flag was at the 14. I'm not sure what's going on here. It's a 13-yard penalty all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think it's...
The umpire is struggling with marking the ball today.
We had one instance in the first half, and they're chatting it over. Kevin Reese, the umpire, is going to get that ironed out with referee Todd Boyd's crew. Head linesman Peter News was talking to him. We'll see where they spot this thing.
Somebody upstairs is telling them where to put the ball. Let's see where they end up putting it. They're going to leave it there.
The foul was at the 12-yard line. The ball be placed at the 27. First down.
I was saying it was at the 12, not the 14.
So we roll along here. Connor Watkins trying to quarterback his team downfield. Towson looking for the upset. Ragland gets the handoff. Breaks a few ankle tackles before he goes somersaulting at the 32. Ragland with a nice sprint.
So give him 5 yards on first down. Let's see if Villanova maybe a little bit more up tempo here. It looks like, see if they can pick up, you know, more consistent. What they've done is had good runs like that. Then they have a no gain or a 1 yard run and put themselves in 3rd and long. See if they can stack some 5 yard runs together.
Took a lick from freshman safety Jason Shiggs. 2nd and 5. Short pass complete to Daly. His 2nd grab of the day. Muscles his way across for the first down.
It's a good job by Daly too. Get to the sticks. Just get north and south. Don't try to make people miss there. Get the first down. Keep the clock rolling for your team here. Try to get some momentum offensively. And Wildcats trying to up-tempo it a little bit to get up over the ball.
8-yard completion to Luke Daly. More than halfway through this 3rd quarter. Towson, 41-yard field goal on the opening drive of the quarter to give them the lead. Smith in motion. Handoff Ragland. Just tripped up after a gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
Pick down here. Obviously, you want to stay out of 3rd and long. Wildcats going with the 4 wideouts. No tight end.
Watkins, they bring heat. Off the hands of Smith, incomplete. Throw is a little bit to his side, and that'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it looks like I think Smith thought he should sit down right in that zone, and Watkins, I think, thought he was going to keep coming. So a little miscommunication there. Going to bring up 3rd down and probably 7. See, Smith stops, and I think Watkins thought he was going to keep coming, and that's just not going to be able to catch that bullet.
Yeah, that's a big thing with this Wildcats team. A whole heap of new targets for Connor Watkins. Jalen Sanchez aside, it's a new group he's throwing to essentially this year. 3rd and 7. Throw to Sanchez. Be short of the marker, but not by much.
Now it's decision time for Coach Ferrante here. 3rd quarter, 4th down and 2 from your own territory. It's probably time to kick the football. Trust your defense. Let's see what he decides. Yeah, I agree with this call. He's going to do that.
We'll spot him at the 48. The line to gain is right at midfield.
Here's an opportunity to flip the field. We talked about this. You know, if Getman can get off a good one here, try to pin him inside the 20.
So Towson with John Dunmore back to return. We'll see if Villanova can flip the field here and rely on its defense to set up the offense with better field next time. The left-footed Getman. Daly just avoided Dunmore there, nearly a collision.
Yeah, that's you got to catch the football if you're Dunmore there. You cost your team about good 10 yards. It rolls down to the 13.
So inside the 20 for Getman. And Villanova defensively has positioned itself well, but Towson still possessing the lead here on the road.
So a mistake on the special teams by Towson. Let's see if the Wildcats can take advantage of that. You pretty much need a 3 and out here. We want to try to flip the field a little bit.
So a 39-yard punt from Getman doing the job. And we've seen some good stuff, Steve, from a guy that we didn't know was going to start the game until about, what, 20 minutes before kickoff. Sean Brown has engineered a couple scoring drives and has looked pretty comfortable back there.
Yeah, the first of each half.
Handoff this time, Matthews. Oh, he's got a gaping hole. Matthews running wild, running free, past the 30. Goodman finally twists him down near the Villanova 20 as they spot him at the 16.
There's a player down injured behind the play. It's like number 75.
Injury timeout on the field.
Yeah, that would be the left tackle, Jalen Montgomery. And that would be especially problematic for Towson, considering their starting left tackle, Dan Volpe. We haven't seen him today.
Yeah, somebody missed their
Media
gap
timeout
assignment
on the
there,
field.
and he just breaks it through. Good job by Goodman here to take an angle where he can get him down all the way inside the 25, down to almost the 19-yard line.
In moments of vulnerability, it's only human to seek warmth and expertise. Mainline Health is the place where both your health and humanity matter, where ultrasounds come with understanding, where tests are met with tenderness, where EKGs are as important as empathy, the place where you will never be your only advocate, the place for a lifetime of care delivered neighbor to neighbor. Mainline Health, where human care has a home.
Home is for making dreams come true, for making memories that will last, for forging lifelong friendships, for watching your loved ones grow. The time is now to find the freedom that comes with pre-qualifying for a new home, or refinance in minutes and unlock the freedom to do the exciting things you've always wanted to do. Whichever path you choose, you can achieve your goals and celebrate the freedom of home ownership with Freedom Mortgage. Start making your dreams a reality at freedommortgage.com/dreams.
Montgomery is slowly getting off the field. Now that would bring an already pretty battered Towson offensive line down to its third string left tackle. So something to monitor as we progress. But Towson is positioned well as they'll have it at the 19-yard line of Villanova.
Yeah, it looks like 7'2" Salil Bullar is going to come in at left tackle.
Yeah, so Dan Volpe, who's a freshman All-American a couple of years back, he's gone. Now Montgomery's at least off for this play. And Salil Bullar.
It's a 70-yard run by Matthews.
Go right back to Matthews with good reason. Breaks a Kimmel tackle, but eventually Bell gets his hands on him at the 13.
Huge right here, because obviously 3, it's still a one-score game. And if they can punch one in here, they go up by 10. So Villanova trying to get a stop and force a field goal attempt.
Towson taking a little longer on some of these drives. Time possession favored Villanova in that first half. Back to Matthews. Big hole, flag down. He trots in. We'll see if this is coming back. But Devin Matthews into the end zone. Not celebrating, so that would tell you it's coming back.
Maybe a formation issue, I think. Was thrown out wide. This could be a huge call, obviously, if it's against Towson. Take 7 off the board. And it is going to be against the Tigers. So the Wildcats catch a break there.
A false start. And Matthews, I mean, the way it was paid for him, but I think everybody out there knew that it was coming back.
Illegal formation, offense, 5 backs, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Yeah, I don't think the wide receiver
first down.
ever got up on the line of scrimmage from the one shot I saw.
So the illegal formation penalty brings them back 5 yards.
And second down and
those
probably 10. They picked up 5 on first, right?
Well, then, yeah, I mean,
second down.
Yeah, he said first down, and that's where I was confused. I was like, wait a second.
They picked up 5 on first down, and so it was 2nd and 5. Now it should be 2nd and 10.
Yep. So the original line of scrimmage before that 5-yard
run. Huge
run.
call there, and the Wildcats got to pick themselves back up here.
Quarterback Sean Brown, his first career start today. Off the blitz, Bell, he whacks him.
That should be intentional grounding. There's nobody over there where he just threw that ball out of bounds. And he's in the pocket. Let's see if they throw the flag. That's got to be intentional grounding.
We'll see if we get a look how close the running back Green was.
No, it's 3rd down. I mean, there's no one there.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a look at that before this snap, because it was, yeah, here we go.
Just watch him throw the ball out in the flat under duress, and there's no white shirt out there.
Yeah, Green was blocking, so he was not a target there, clearly. You're right, Steve. 3rd and 10. Brown begging for the ball, and I think they got Villanova to jump. That's Aiden Howard. Make this third down a little easier.
And it's mental mistakes again.
Offside. Defense. Number 91 in the neutral zone, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
So they get their 5 yards back. Now it's third and manageable.
So Villanova trying to come up with the stop here.
They need to get down about the 9-yard line.
Crowd making noise late in this third quarter.
Look for Runyon here in motion.
Comes out late. They lob it back corner looking for Green. He couldn't get there.
He was out of bounds too, so I don't think that would have been a legal touch if he'd stepped out of bounds. So Wildcats do hold, and they'll come out with the field goal unit.
Keegan Vaughn so far today drilled a 41-yarder, his longest field goal of the season. And this one would be a little shorter than that, just a 28-yarder. Or sorry, 31-yarder.
Yeah, looks like they'll mark it at the 21. So Wildcats dodge a bullet there with the penalty. And even if this goes through, we'll only be down 6.
Coyle to snap, Ritter to hold.
It's blocked.
Vaughn's kick is blocked. Big play by the Villanova special teams.
We'll try to see who got a hand on it, but that's a huge play just for momentum. And the Wildcats seemed a little deflated. And you go out and make a play on special teams. Looks like they're hugging somebody. I can't make out a number yet. Is that Strauss?
Yeah, it looks like it. Getting a lot of pats on the back.
So we'll go with him. We'll go with J.R. Strauss.
Let's see. Yeah, it's that hand there, jumping up and down.
Yeah,
Let's see if
right.
we can get it. Yeah, that's Strauss.
Yeah,
Yep.
good job by J.R. Strauss in the middle of that line.
So that is the 6th career kick for Vaughn that's been blocked. So the senior kicker, he's had a lot of kicks. That one just got a hand on it. That was just excellent timing.
Yeah, let's see if we can get some momentum out of that. That's the kind of play that should lift you up. And let's see if they can make some plays.
So with 3:47 to go in the third, Villanova comes up with the stop. Started throwing 20. Avit trying to go side to side, and he powers his way ahead for 3. A little chippy there at the end of the play.
Some extra whistles. Looks like one of the Wildcats is down.
Yeah, that is Avit that's on the ground there, it looks like.
They're going to help him up.
Oh, no, sorry, that was not Avit.
I say, looked like an offensive lineman. Avit's he's as big as some of the offensive linemen. So.
Yeah, that's Temi Ajuro-Tutu, the all-CAA offensive lineman. Have him playing at guard to begin this season. 2nd and 7 here. Go to Ragland. Breaks loose. Isaiah Ragland across midfield. Ragland still on his feet. Ragland pushed down inside the 15. A monster, powerful run for the redshirt freshman.
And that's what you needed, Sam. They hadn't broken one all game, and finally Isaiah Ragland's able to find a hole and race down the right sideline to get it into the red zone, just about all the way down to the 11-yard line. Right here, good job up front. And then just right there, make a man miss, and now use your speed.
Isaiah Ragland was able to break loose, and Snell and Terry eventually get over to him, but not before he brings it up to the 11-yard line.
So now let's see, can the Wildcats punch one in from here? It's 1st and 10, but it's going to be tough to make a first down. They're going to have to get inside the 1.
66-yard run for Ragland, longest run of his short Wildcat career.
2 backs, Mace and Abit, back in the game.
Watkins trying to hurdle a man. He goes down at about the 6.
So he picks up a good 5 yards on first down.
Connor Watkins getting airborne. Not afraid of a little contact.
Here comes Ragland back in. Look at this play here. He almost got over him too. Just caught him at below in the shins, and he falls right on his shoulder.
Yeah, dangerous play. The safety Terry meets him in the middle.
Let's see. Here's you need your O-lineman. Just find me one crease.
3 in the pattern. Miles, Sanchez, and Smith. Watkins looking end zone. Sanchez! Touchdown!
What a throw and catch by Jalen Sanchez for his second touchdown of the game. And Watkins with confidence threw that ball because he knew his guy will go up and make a play. He's proved that in the first half, and he proves it here in the second half.
Villanova's first lead of the afternoon. The Wildcats get the blocked field goal on one end and the touchdown pass from Watkins to Sanchez for the second time today on the other side.
And obviously an important extra point coming here, trying to make it a 4-point lead. 2 just acrobatic catches by Sanchez today. One, as you referred to, he mossed the one guy, and this one he just went up and made a really good catch. He high pointed the football into the end zone for a Wildcat touchdown.
6-yard touchdown pass, Watkins to Sanchez. First one came from 20 yards out in the second quarter. And Getman slices it through. 14-10 Villanova, the Wildcats with a major turn of momentum. Villanova has taken a 4-point lead on this touchdown pass. Watkins to Sanchez on tap.
Look at Watkins takes a good hit there and a really good accurate throw and a good play by Sanchez. Sometimes you just got to trust your receivers, Sam. Jalen Sanchez proved himself last year as a young player. Now it's like he's the veteran of this group. Go make a play, and Connor Watkins threw him a ball where only he could go get it, and that's a heck of a catch by Jalen Sanchez.
Sanchez with 6 touchdown grabs last season. Didn't catch touchdown the first couple of games. Got awfully close at Colgate, but he has put together a monster day. 4 catches, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Watkins has engineered a go-ahead touchdown drive. And now the Wildcats, whose defense has really shown some impressive things, is going to try and continue to keep Towson in check, with the Tigers putting on a pretty good performance here.
That all started with a blocked field goal. It's the first one for Villanova since Jafonta Johnson back in 2018. So it's been 6 years since they blocked the field goal, and boy, they couldn't have picked a better time to do it.
And it's interesting you say that because Towson last week had its first blocked field goal since 2014. Getman sends one away. Doss at the 5. Big hit. Doss taken down. And I think it was Sapp who got down there. And it was.
Yep. Sapp, who returns kicks, also comes down and covers him.
So Sapp with the lick. And here's another look. Doss didn't see him coming.
It just got nice and low, got around his block and dumped him right at the 19-yard line. Now your defense got to step up, Sam. Let's go.
Late third quarter.
You got the momentum in your way. Now get a 3 and out. Get the ball back to your offense.
Matthews, he had the big run last drive, but he's turned aside at the 20, only gains a yard or so.
A good defense there by the Wildcats. That was Wobodeau getting out from his nose tackle position.
Yeah, him, Martin, and McSween on the line to begin the drive for this rotating cast that.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it much. It's a pretty warm day. I think it was 84 degrees at kickoff. So your defense, especially those big guys up front, might be wearing down a little bit. That's why you try to rotate some guys in.
Brown. Bell got a lick on him.
It's going to be a late flag, so it's probably going to be a holding or something on Villanova. Late flag comes in and a ball is thrown on. Yeah, it's going to be holding, so that'll be an automatic first down. Hate to have penalties like that. With they basically have to throw the ball away. It wasn't even at the intended receiver.
Defense, number 9, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So instead of 3rd and long, excuse me, yeah, it would have been 3rd and long. It's now going to be a first down.
Yeah, they give that to Ty Trin, the all-CAA strong safety. And like you mentioned, Steve, that changes things in a big way as Towson, via the penalty, brings it up to the 30.
Yeah, especially when you get that first down, when you stuff that run, you put them in a tough spot.
You're on 1st and 10.
That Watkins in now, I believe, at running back. Good job again by the front from Villanova.
He was tackled low. Bell, the last to get off the turf. That linebacker crew for Villanova has put up some big numbers this season, and they continue to put in work. That veteran group of Kimmel, Hartzell, and Bell.
Yeah, Ivan Murray getting some snaps up on the defensive line as well, 94.
Here on 2nd and 9, beautiful pump fake. Brown sprints ahead, 1st down and more. He goes for the slide, and we'll see where they say he started that slide. They say the 43.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen him tuck the ball and run all day.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
So that takes us to the end of the quarter. Villanova takes the late lead on the 2nd Jalen Sanchez touchdown reception, but Towson driving. 4th quarter coming your way.
We make sure that heart care is heartfelt. From murmurs to heart valve disease, we listen, we treat, we innovate. It's where your health is held alongside your humanity, where cutting-edge clinical trials meet compassion, with expertise ranging from preventive to pioneering. Because human care listens to your heartbeat and who it beats for. So if the rhythm of life changes, turn to the place where world-class isn't just nearby. It's where human care has a home.
When planning your next step, Villanova University's College of Professional Studies meets you where you are. Whether your journey leads to a long-awaited degree, enables you to change careers, or accelerates your current one, we have rigorous online and on-campus programs designed to align your experience with your aspirations. When everything you've been ignites everything you'll be, transformation has no age limit. Pursue the next you.
Back to Villanova Stadium, Sam Cooperman, Steve Pannone with you. And Steve, this has been a really good game. Towson giving Villanova some fits, but the Wildcats pull ahead towards the end of the 3rd quarter. But it's Tigers ball near midfield. They'll start it at their own 43 to begin the 4th.
It's just been a really good back and forth football game with the defenses having a little bit of advantage today over the offenses. And Towson looking to put a drive together. We got a defensive holding call on Villanova that kind of kept the drive going. It would have to face the 3rd and long. They've taken advantage of that now with a nice quarterback run. First time we've seen Brown kind of tuck it and take off. Just look at the numbers here at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, so offensively, Villanova's been able to move the ball. They had a few missed opportunities, but now it's Towson who finds itself down for the first time today. The Tigers looking to pull the upset with their backup quarterback Sean Brown in there, and Brown has fared well. 9-17, 120 yards passing as quarter number 4 about to get going.
Yeah, Matthews leads with 118 yards rushing. Ragland with 110 for Villanova. Here's a little reverse of flea flicker. Let's see if they get anything out of it.
Brown looking downfield. Oh, what an adjustment from Runyon. Runyon takes it near the 20. A huge play for the Towson Tigers.
He just used his size on Potter. Potter's claiming he pushed off. He's just bigger and stronger and went around him. What a play for Towson. You'll see it here. The old flea flicker reverse. They're going to flip it back to the quarterback. Now Runyon's downfield. Potter's with him. He just uses his size right here, kind of pushes him out of the way legally and gets it down inside the down at the 20-yard line.
It's a 36-yard passing play. Brown, end zone, dropped. A huge drop in the back corner of the end zone for Towson. A missed opportunity for the Tigers. They wanted to find Lucas Londano, but he couldn't bring it in.
Sam, I think the sun was in his eyes, to be quite honest with you. He turned back right into the sun. I don't think he ever saw the ball. I think the sun got him. Usually it's the turf monster. This time it was the sun god.
Yeah, let's see. Clean pocket, good throw.
And hit him right in the helmet.
Yeah, he's saying right there he didn't see it. He didn't see it. Great shot from our crew and tough break for Towson. 2nd and 10. Go short this time. Jackson.
Good tackle by Mims.
So Malik Jackson's first reception of the year. Usually a blocking tight end, but he'll take it to the 18.
Here comes an all-important 3rd down again. 5-yard
completion or so.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 5 or 6. Now, if you're Towson, I'd take the 3, and try to get it within a field goal. The end zone's been tough to get into today.
And line to gain's about the 12 and a half here.
If you get it to 14-13, even if Villanova comes out and scores a touchdown, you're still only down 8. Wildcats would love a red zone turnover. See if they can get some pressure.
4 wide set, including the tight end Runyon. Short pass to Watkins. Watkins slices through, and we'll see where they spot him.
I think he's going to be a yard short.
Yeah, probably not even a yard, but definitely shy of the sticks.
Now, if you're Towson, I think you got to go for it here. Fourth and a yard.
So about a 5.5-yard gain, and that's going to change the play call. They go for it. Shovel pass ahead. They get a first down to Londano. He goes inside the 5. He was taken down by Goodman. First and goal for Towson.
Yeah, they kept that ball low out of the sun. They want to going quick here, catching Villanova a little bit, not getting set.
There it is, the pitch ahead to Londano. That's his first grab of the day.
Waxter slipped. He still probably would have had a first down.
Brown dives for the end zone. They mark him down inside the 1.
Yeah, he's going to be at the 1.
But this tempo, Steve, you mentioned it. Yeah. They are going lightning quick.
And catching Villanova off guard. Now they're going to substitute, so Villanova have an opportunity to get set here. They're going to come with their jumbo package.
So we'll see what this looks like. Different personnel here. Joden Nelson brought in on that offensive line. 6'4", 280. Is a strong offensive line for the Towson Tigers.
They go with a fullback as well.
It's Brockman Wallace II. He's the fullback. On the rollout. Throw. Nobody home.
I don't like that call at all. You got 3 downs to make a yard. You just gave one of them away.
Well, they have several fullbacks on this team. They no longer use a fullback. But look at the Brown dive again. But Brockman, him and Deion Cruz-Harris, they were converted to defensive linemen.
Yeah, just short.
Yeah, didn't quite get there. And it's 3rd and goal inside the 1. The back is Matthews. Matthews follows his blockers.
He's not in.
He's short.
Now it's decision time, so nothing there. It's 4th down and 1 from the 1. And I don't think there's any decision to make. You're going for it. Now Villanova's got to get lined up. They're not substituting. I'm rolling my quarterback out here. I'm not diving. That's why I don't like the 2nd down call. You can give yourself enough opportunity. That's Hartzell who made that stop.
Hartzell wedged his way through there.
Still plenty of time on the play clock. 4th and goal from the 1.
So they'll take a timeout first before the decision is made.
First timeout of the half. Villanova.
Villanova takes the timeout.
30 seconds.
So they'll have 2 left.
Yeah, 11:27 to go here, Steve. And now for both sides, the task at hand, very simple. It's just who's got the better play and who is going to be able to get that penetration at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't like the 2nd down call because it took it down away from that. That's a low percentage play. It's a crossing route from your own 1-yard line. It's slow to develop, and there's just not a lot of yardage you have to cover. Your D-backs are right up on the line of scrimmage, basically. So then you take yourself out and you get stuffed on 3rd. Like here, I'd roll Brown out a little bit, give him some space. Something similar to what they ran last time.
Sean Brown got the start today. We weren't sure.
They were able to get it out to Londano on the little kind of pitch wide.
Yeah, Brown's thrown 23 passes today. He'd only thrown 10 in his collegiate career, which has spanned 5 years coming into today.
Matthews back in the backfield.
As is the fullback, Brockman Wallace II. 4th and goal for Towson. There was movement before the snap.
So they might have to take the field goal now. The false start. Yep. So that takes you back to the 6. I think I'm kicking the field goal. You need points here.
They look like they're going to change personnel, and that includes the kicker, Keegan Vaughn.
Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty.
So the good news for Towson is their starting left tackle today, Jalen Montgomery. He's back in the game. He came off a little while ago. Bad news is they mark him for the false start.
Yeah.
Chip shot field goal, 23 yards.
Worst case scenario, Villanova would have the ball on the 1. If you're Towson, you don't score and Villanova's got to go 99 yards. Now you got a kicker with a confidence issue, but basically just more than an extra point here.
Last kick was blocked. Can he sink this one? Kick is up. And he gets that one to go. So it's 14-13 Wildcats.
Media timeout on the field.
And we step aside. A 12-play, 75-yard drive for Towson, but they only get 3 points out of it as Keegan Vaughn connects on his second field goal of the day. 14-13 Villanova. The Wildcats being put to the test today in the home confines of Villanova Stadium. Sam Cooperman, Steve Pannone, Tessa Peloso with you on this beautiful Saturday afternoon on the main line that's soon to turn to evening. And now can Villanova sustain a successful offensive drive here? That's the question as they try to hang on.
And Ritter to kick off for Towson. Sapp and Potter back deep.
So Ritter skies it. Sapp charges in. Can Sapp find some room? Flag came down as Raymond.
Yeah, so that's going to back Villanova up probably. The penalties on special teams are so harmful. If that's a illegal block or a hold, usually it's on the receiving team.
Would be Villanova's 5th penalty of the day.
It looks like 2 people threw it because I see a hat and 2 flags. Going to be holding against Villanova.
Referee Todd Boyd will let us know momentarily, but like Steve just mentioned, that's
holding.
How it appears.
Return team, number 56. Half the distance to the goal. I'm sorry. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Christian Caballero, the redshirt freshman linebacker.
And here's the end of it. Tessa was talking earlier about how chippy it gets between Towson and Villanova with the CAA bringing in so many new teams. These are some of the teams that have been around the block a little bit, and they've got after it.
They got a little history.
Yeah, that's for certain. Villanova's got the all-time series over the Tigers, but they've had some tight matchups over the years.
Wildcats start from their own 11-yard line with this penalty.
Hand off to Ragland. Taken down at the 20. So
nice 9-yard pickup on first down. Wildcats would love to have a time-consuming touchdown drive here. Put themselves up the opportunity to go up by 8. Give their defense a little bit of a rest too. Mentioned a pretty warm day here on the main line.
Yeah, temperatures in the 80s. There is a nice breeze coming in. Both sides look to the sideline. Ragland's second career 100-yard rushing game. He's up to 110 yards on the ground. 2nd and 1. Ragland again. He's got plenty of room to dissect his way through for a first down at the 24.
The 2 effective runs there. Avit's going to come in. Give Ragland a breather after those 2 hard runs.
So the split for Villanova in the backfield. Ragland's got the bulk of the carries, but Avit's taken a handful of them. And there is the true freshman, David Avit. 3 in the pattern here. Hand it off. Avit through the middle, a little burst of speed to bring him across the line to gain. He's at the 35.
That's going to be a nice first down run. Pick up 11. Now you talk about your guys up front. Picard in the middle. You talk about McCullers and Fay and Tutu and Voltaire up front trying to wear down this defensive line. We talked about Villanova's had a lot of plays, a lot of time. Can they wear this group down and put a drive together?
Inside of 10 minutes to play. Wildcats facing their biggest challenge of the young season. Youngstown gave them a really good test, but Towson nipping on their heels right now. Avit had to shed a defender. Stretches ahead to pick up a couple. Rodney Roan Jr. on the tackle.
So that'll bring Ragland back into the game.
Villanova changing personnel. Daly, who's caught a couple balls, out at receiver, along with Smith and Sanchez. See Ragland's numbers today. 65-yard gainer in the second half. His longest career run. Here's 2nd and 8. Watkins applies a stiff arm. Trying to set his feet to throw, and he gets it away. Connor Watkins could have been sacked on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go to Smith downfield, but just didn't have enough time. Now, the line couldn't hold up. Smith had one-on-one coverage down the center of the field. Now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Connor Watkins, the veteran, somebody who's got a lot of strength.
Towson's done a good job kind of delaying some blitzes. Watkins hurt him with the run in the first half. They're kind of spying him a little bit from the linebacker position. When he rolls, there's somebody there in his face. Big 3rd down here.
3rd and 8 here. They bring 5. Protected well. Rolls out. Lobs it, looking for Sanchez. Lost his footing. Throw was out of bounds.
Yeah, just kind of threw that one away. Never really gave Sanchez a chance to make a play on that. Here comes the punt team.
So Ethan Getman once again is out to punt.
This is a big punt here because you can really flip the field. If he can get a good one here, try to pin them down inside the 25.
4 punts today, long of 46 for Getman.
See if you can get one to turn over.
3 in the protection unit.
Towson looks like they're coming after it.
They do, but he gets it away towards Dunmore. Fair catch, wave 4 at his 19.
Well, that's a good job there by the Wildcat punter, Ethan Getman. Now it's up to your defense. Towson 8:17 to go, trails by 1. They only need to get in the field goal range.
And for Towson, they got to figure out what the approach is here. They came so close on the last drive to taking the lead, but they were shut out at the goal line and had to settle for a 23-yard field goal.
Yeah, huge false start penalty. Really set them back. Even Jalen Montgomery didn't. They had to force them instead of going for it on 4th and 1 to kick the field goal.
Sean Brown quarterbacking the offense. Devin Matthews, their leading rusher. 126 yards of offense for Matthews, with those yellow cleats next to him. Looks to pass here. Brown facing heat.
Once again, nobody in the area. Here comes the flag, I think. I see the referee reaching in his back pocket.
Villanova's sideline was clamoring for.
They're not going to get it.
Yeah, they will not.
I really think that's 2 today that the officials could have called. They've decided not to.
Brown was flushed out. And there was nobody near him. Here's a look. You can judge.
That's just throwing the ball away. There's a good radius of grass there, and or turf, I should say, and no one in the vicinity.
Here's 2nd and 10. Matthews, a handoff. Wiggles through. And he's flipped head over heels, but a first down run of 11. Devin Matthews.
So a huge 2nd down run there to pick up 11 for Matthews. Him and Ragland kind of going back and forth here.
He's been putting in work for the Towson Tigers for a long time. The redshirt senior tied for 7th in program rushing touchdowns. 23 in his career. Trying to pull the upset here on the road, but Villanova defensively trying to keep Towson in check. Couple of hitches there from Brown. Runyon somehow had a chance at that. I don't know how that ball squeezed through there.
Yeah, that was a good job by Brown to get it, instead of taking the sack, get it towards Runyon, who unable to come up with it. But it's just 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and about 20 if he gets sacked there. So good job by Brown. Good decision to get out of it. Get rid of the football. You'll see the pressure coming here. It's Hartzell, and then it's coming right up the middle as well.
Combination of Hartzell and Capri Martin.
Capri Martin did a good job. The Wildcats love to get some pass rush here. Now, there's where they ran the ball last time, 2nd and 10. Gave it to Matthews. They're going to run it to him again.
Looking for the outside. Breaks a bell tackle.
So it will finally get it to 3rd down, but it's 3rd and manageable.
He zigzags for about 6 yards there to the 37.
And he looks like Matthews wants to come out and get a breather. He does. They'll bring Watkins in.
Chris Watkins, typically the passing down back for the Towson Tigers.
Still 6:50 to go in all 3 timeouts. So this is not 2-down territory.
Jordan Nelson seeing a lot of time in that linebacker group for Villanova. They get Chucky Smith onto the line. Wofford transfer on the far side of the line. 3rd and 4. Brown airing it out. Back shoulder throw. Incomplete. Flag comes in at the end of the play. He was looking for Dunmore, and Mims had the coverage.
I don't like the call because I think he just comes over Mims. Mims is running with him step for step, and he just comes over, and they're going to call pass interference. Mims doesn't get his head turned around, but I don't think the contact is initiated by the offensive player. Here, watch this.
Defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty. First down.
He's jumping back into him. I don't like that call. I got to be honest with you. It's an underthrown ball that the offensive player jumps back into the defender who's running stride for stride with him. Not a good call, in my opinion.
I've not seen a lot of penalties today. That might be the most impactful one.
It's a huge call. Obviously, they're going to punt the football. Now they have the ball in Villanova territory. Just don't like to see you bailing a team out there. That's a low percentage play.
Hand off to Green. Crashes through to the 45, gain of 3.
Now I think you might be in 4-down territory. You're on the plus side of the field. You take your shot. Your defense has played well.
So to keep track of timeouts, and remember the 2-minute timeout will also be in effect here in the 4th. Towson's got all 3. Villanova has 2. They took one when Towson had it at the goal line prior to Towson with the false start that set them back 5 yards and forced them to take a field goal instead of going for it on 4th and goal. 2nd and 7 here. Runyon in the slot.
Yeah, no one really over him right now. Goodman's going to pick him up, it looks like.
2-back set. Brown dishes it out off the hands of Goodman. He was hit as he threw it, a wobbler, and Goodman couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, you say you don't want to be high over the middle, and that's what he was there, Brown. As we talked about, you just can't get good pressure here. And this ball just sails on him. Runyon's as big as they come, but he just overthrows him. Now it's 3rd down and a bunch. Wildcats make some wholesale changes.
Looked like Chucky Smith was.
Let's see if Ross Pennypacker dials up the blitz again.
Wildcats showing blitz. 3rd and 7.
Tries to get him to jump with the cadence.
5 seconds on the play clock. Brown.
They didn't get it off.
No timeout called.
They're going to give it to him. Yeah, the clock goes at 0.
So the timeout was called just in time. Towson will take its first with 5:31 to go in the 4th frame and
First
facing a critical play.
Towson, 30 seconds.
So each team with 2 remaining, and Steve, the moment doesn't get much bigger here for Towson.
It really does, because you got to trust your defense if you don't convert here. See, we were talking earlier about the NFL rules and the college rules. The one rule I do like that I wish the NFL would take in is that the PI, the pass interference, is a 15-yard penalty. The spot foul in the NFL, I think, is too egregious. You get a borderline call that could be a 40-yard penalty. So I do like the fact that in college it is only a 15-yard penalty.
Agreed, and to expound on that, especially now that more often than not, the NFL teams are taking it out to the 30 because the new kicking rules and just the way offenses are, that just, in a sense, makes it a little too easy. But
yeah, and I understand. I guess the majority of fans want more offense. I'm enjoying myself today. It's 14-13. I think this is good football. I don't need to see 42-39, something like that. But in the NFL they want fantasy points and they want to see a lot of offense.
27 combined points in this one, and the thing is, when you have a lower scoring game, each point, it just is more and more impactful, and the highlight plays mean that much more.
I could see them running the ball to Watkins here. Trying to spread everyone out and then just hand it off.
Runyon in the pattern, bottom of your screen.
It's got time.
Brown. Incomplete. Bell was in coverage and slapped it down.
And they were looking for Runyon. That's a really good job by Bell because he had to run all the way across the field with him. Now let's see what they do here. 4th and 7. I think I'd punt the football and trust my defense. They've been really good today. And that looks like they're going to do that.
7 yards, a lot to gain. And they're not going to take any chances, understandably so.
Yeah, you can pin Villanova at the 10-yard line here and get yourself a short field.
Bryce LaFollette has been active in the punt game. Villanova's nearly got home on a few of those punts. And we'll see how Villanova approaches it.
I don't know if you take the chance here to rough the kicker. But your offense needs to put the drive together. Still 5:29 to go. Plenty of time here.
And did somebody call a timeout here?
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
So that's the second one on a punt. You have to wonder if that's intentional. They just want to give them a little more room.
And the clock was stopped, so it's not like they're eating clock or anything. It's just, they just let them just get back here and boom one. Follow, at 6'3", 210 is a good size for a punter. Smith's settling in around his 12-yard line.
Long today at 57. 2 inside the 20.
Smith should get away from this and hope it runs. That's okay. Not bad for Villanova. Not bad for Towson either. Pretty good kick. Let's see the official coming out. Keep coming. It looks like the 20. Sam, can you see better now? All the Villanova players around him.
Yeah, it's a crowd. It's either just inside the 20 or just past the 20. Towson seemingly will take that, and considering what it could have been, Villanova's just fine with that as well.
Yeah, now Villanova, worst case scenario, you got to get 2 or 3 first downs and punt the ball, make Towson go 50 or 60 yards to get in the field goal range. Obviously, if you can put one in the end zone here, you can put yourself up with an extra point, up by 8.
In your conversation with Mark Ferrante, Steve, pregame, we aired that, happened earlier today. Just talking about there's never an easy game in the CAA, and you're seeing that on full display. The depth in this conference, you can make a case the best in the country just in terms of
top to bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Ragland the back, Watkins quarterbacks the offense. Ragland trying to shake his way through. He gets about 5. Yeah.
Villanova's got to be smart here. A couple of guys tussling over there. We talked about it. That looks like Picard, the center.
And Journey Dunbar was heated. Transfer from Shepherd.
Now Villanova can run this play clock down here. Still 25 on the play clock.
So Villanova in no rush here, trying to milk this clock and get to the finish line. Move to 3-0. They got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, a long way to go before that happens.
Sanchez in motion. Hand it off. This time, no. Watkins kept it.
Yeah, I think he got the elbow extended past the line of gain, and he did. He got 6. So a good decision there by Watkins to keep it. They've been using Ragland extensively, and then they get one to Watkins.
Connor Watkins had some major early runs. Haven't run it with him as much in the second. And it looks like the
good
ball
job there
almost
by Voltaire. Kind of cleaned out that whole hole. On a trap block.
Yeah, so about a 6-yard gain.
Left tackle position.
65 yards on the ground for Connor Watkins. He's got 1st and 10 at his own 31 with the clock under 4 minutes. Throws it. Smith wrapped up.
Yeah, he's just trying to make the first man miss there, and then he can pick up some yardage.
It's Shafiq Smith, the corner, who had him contained, and there's a little jawing at the end of that play, too.
The good thing about the completion is the clock continues to run. That's a good tackle.
Yeah, Shafiq Smith in a secondary that, especially at the corners, they've rotated through a few guys this year for Towson. He's certainly been the mainstay there, and Coach Shinnick spoke very highly of him. Shows why they're on that stop. Nearing 3 minutes to go. It's 2nd and 9. Ragland finds the edge. Pushed out. Flag comes in.
It's going to be a late flag. It's probably going to be holding.
Xavier Terry had the tackle. Let's check the flag.
So didn't need there, obviously, to put you down in distance issue now, and that stops the clock as well.
Holding. Offense. Number 76. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It's the redshirt freshman, Chris McCullers.
Yeah, out of his guard position. Let's see if we can see it. Comes through the hole there. Yeah, he's got a good hold on him, yep.
Will Middleton, the inside linebacker, was being wrapped up.
You get the arms outside, they're going to call that. So now it's 2nd and really long. Call it 14.
The ball at their own 27 for Villanova. Have to get it across the 41. Clock at 3 minutes and 4 seconds. With Villanova nursing a 1-point lead. Smith was in motion. Fake it to him.
He's got
Air it out. A little ahead of Lopes.
He had him too. Really well-designed play. Just Watkins with a little too much on it. Lopes unable to run it down. Might want to put a little bit more air underneath that one. Give him a chance to run underneath it.
Brody was the man in coverage. Here's a look.
Really designed play. They think they're going short. They suck the safety up and just got a little more air under this, and I think Lopes has it. Just never gave him a chance to get underneath it. So now it's 3rd and a bunch.
Take the shot. Clock stops. 2:53. 2-minute timeout is also coming up in roughly 53 seconds.
The Wildcats have only gained really 7 yards since, actually 2 yards. It's the 22.
Towson has 2 timeouts still. Watkins looking to throw. Clean pocket. Looking for Sanchez. Couldn't get separation. He wants a flag. Will he get it? Does not look like it.
Yeah, there was some bumping down the line. Maybe we'll get another look at it. You know, if my point, I think, is I don't want that call, but if you're going to call the one on Mims, you might have to call one here. Yeah, he's got a handful of jersey there. Yeah, it's probably, you know, you probably got to call that.
That's Shafiq Smith.
Yeah, I think Sanchez has a gripe.
4th and 14. Getman out to punt.
Getman a little pressure here. Needs another good one.
Lefty gets it away.
See if we can get a bounce here.
Dunmore got behind him. Across the 35, and we'll go down somewhere near the 40, depending on where it's marked.
Okay, so we're going to need about 30 yards to get in the range here with 2:36 to go. So the Villanova defense is going to be challenged.
Villanova defense needs one last stand. 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout ahead for Towson. Can the Tigers swing the upset with their backup quarterback, Sean Brown, leading the offense? Zay Perkins in the formation. We haven't really seen him today. Junior wide receiver, slot left.
Wildcats have yet to get a turnover today. This would be a great time to get one.
Brown looks a few times. Shovel pass over the middle.
That should be illegal touching. That was thrown to 74.
Well, I think he was trying to throw it towards Matthews, but...
Was Matthews in there? I didn't see him, but the ball hit the offensive lineman. That should be illegal touching.
See if that
He can't be the first guy to touch a pass.
Unless Matthews got a piece of it before it hit him.
Field is an incomplete pass. Number 3 touched the ball before 74.
Okay, so
incomplete pass.
That's what.
Second down.
I didn't see 3 touch it. Let's see if 3 touches it.
Almost a dangerous play.
3 did not touch it, so that's another bad call. 3 missed it. He whiffed on it.
He was trying to touch it, but he did not touch it.
That's a bad call. Would have been, Wildcats would have been able to pick up some yardage there, which is all important here.
Brown short pass, hauled in by Perkins.
So now it's without a doubt 4-down territory.
Set themselves up for third and 4.
4, yeah. So here's a big 3rd down.
So 6-yard gain, line to gain, the 49 of Villanova. And with that clock approaching 2, they get the play in before the 2-minute timeout. Runyon the first down grab at the 44. They move the sticks. Clock will stop at 1:58. Towson's across midfield as the Tigers are looking to turn Villanova to upset city. We'll see if it happens when we come back.
Can't hide what makes NJM Insurance so great. Although some may try. We're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. What if all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use mascots? And were known for putting their policyholders first. Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
So here's the situation. Minute 58, 44 Villanova. That's where Towson has it, down a point. Villanova clinging to a 1-point lead as they look to move to 3-0. But the number 5 team in the nation is backed up to its own side of the field. Sam Cooperman, Steve Pannone, Tessa Peloso. Steve, we got a good one here. Yeah, Villanova defense needs to stop.
Yeah, and the run game is still in play here. Matthews has been effective here in the second half. He's out of the game right now. Looks like Watkins is in, but you can still go with him. You got 2 timeouts. Last thing you want to do is you need 1 first down and get in to give yourself a chance. You need probably 20 yards to give yourself something you feel good about.
Carter Runyon, the All-American tight end, playing like it today. 4 grabs, 80 yards in the touchdown, including that last catch for 9 yards that moved Towson across midfield. Villanova blitzes. Brown hit as he threw, but he gets it complete to the sideline to Dunmore.
And that's all they need. You can nickel and dime your way because, like I said, they only down 1. They just need a field goal. Now they're inside the 40 at the 37.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, now if they get down into the red zone, you're Villanova, you might have to call some timeouts to save some time.
Chris Watkins, the running back.
Villanova needs a negative play here. A sack or a penalty. Push these guys back a little bit.
Runyon in the right side slot. They go to him. It's wrapped up by Goodman, the free safety.
Another first down.
Got it across the 34. They'll get him to the 33, and big pickup. Towson moves the chains. 2 timeouts still in their back pocket.
Towson did a good job throwing everything quick.
Man down for Villanova.
Yeah, looks like someone's cramping up.
Don't want to guess, but I think just base, yeah, it's Goodman. It's Goodman. Wanted to wait till we got the confirmation there, but he's a few times, Steve, we've seen him undergo a little pain here today. And Villanova certainly hoping he's all right. And in the meantime, both teams talk it over. Minute 41 to go, and Towson has put itself in an excellent spot here to try and take this lead.
And from here, it's a 51-yarder, so they would love to pick up at least 10 more yards. think Sam said earlier that his longest is 43.
Yeah, it's a career long for Keegan Vaughn. And for Towson,
he's had one block today, and obviously the further out you have, the lower trajectory you're going to kick it with.
and for Towson, if for some reason they're forced into a field goal they believe is outside Keegan Vaughn's range, you would think they would go with Justin Ritter in that spot, who was a kicker on the JMU team in 2019 to 2022, primarily doing kickoffs.
Yeah, so he's got the stronger leg.
Yeah.
Probably not as accurate. That's why you normally see Vaughn.
Yeah, no doubt. Keegan Vaughn drilled 2 field goals today, but he did have one blocked, and that block kick is looming large right now with Villanova only up a point. Towson looking for the biggest win of the Pete Shinnick era. Year 2 for him in Towson. Brown, the quarterback, we didn't even know was going to go until about 20 minutes prior to kickoff. He's got the play call relayed to him. Brian Shepard, the OC for Towson.
Linesman's coming in. He's getting called from upstairs. Let's see what they're trying to work on here. Confirming first down, I guess.
First and 10.
Somebody moved there. Yep. Good job. Looks like the outside receiver.
If
Kendall James, I think, moved 13. Or is that 17? Can't say he's got his shirt rolled up.
False start. Offense. Number 13.
It is 13, and that is a tough situation for Kendall James. He finds himself in.
Yeah, the Wildcats will take every yard they can get.
You think about Towson today, they've had so many opportunities. The ball into the corner of this end zone that Lucas Londano lost in the sun. It would have been a walk-in touchdown. There are a few drops. Tough penalties that have gone.
Yeah, let's see if Ross Pennypacker decides to bring some people here on 1st and 15. Watkins in the backfield.
Brown looking deep. He wants Dawson. No shot at that.
That's good coverage by Watkins. Excuse me, by Isis Waxter with him step for step. So now it's 2nd and 15. Now if you're Towson, you got to start. Hey, we need 6-8 yards here. You know, we can't be just throwing the ball 30 yards down the field because they're not in field goal range from here.
And we haven't called Ice Waxter's name too much because they're not throwing to him. They're going away from Ice Waxter throughout the game.
So I'd be very surprised. They don't look for Runyon here. A little crossing around, pick up 7, 8 if they can. Try to make it, 3rd and manageable.
And it looks like Waxter could be matched up on Carter Runyon here. Handoff. And Watkins ahead to the 35. He gains 3.
Yeah, 3rd and 12. It's like Wobodo's down for the Wildcats.
2 timeouts still for each team, and Obina Wobodo is kicking that leg, so he's in some kind of pain there. Time waning, and both teams kind of a slow crawl to the finish here in terms of the pace. And the question for Towson, can they convert on what will be a 3rd and long here?
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a scenario where they don't make this, that they go for it on 4th down. Even if they picked up 10, I don't know if they would, 4th and 2 from, say, the 26, would they go for the long field goal there, or do you try to convert?
I mean, the question, you would think, Steve, simply comes down to how confident are they in a field goal from that distance. And Vaughn has made a lot of field goals, but it's, how great of a chance do they feel like they have in that spot relative to rolling the dice and coming up with the play on 4th. So a game that's headed down to the finish. Towson 1 for 1 on 4th downs today. If it does come to that, 2 for 5 on the young season. And meanwhile, Getman on the Villanova side, in the event that Towson does score here, Wildcats would still have 2 timeouts and however much time left to try and pull a comeback off. And Mark Ferrante's out on the field looking as his nose tackle, Obina Wobodo.
Looks like Obina's going to get up. Going to walk under his own power. So not exactly sure where the injury occurred.
Well, he's at least going to be off for the next play.
The clock will start on the snap.
Not sure why that's the case. That was a running play, right?
Yep.
Shouldn't start on the snap. It should start on the whistle.
Howard McSween.
They should put the ball in play here.
Yep. And Capri Martin.
But they're not. I must not have a clear understanding of that rule. That was a running play injury. You would think they would start the 40 and the clock at the same time. See, the Wildcats can get some pressure on Brown.
3rd and 11. Line to gain is inside the Villanova 24. Brown, the quarterback. Time to throw. Looks sideline. Catch by Dunmore. He skirts out of bounds.
It's a 47-yard field goal from there. And it's 4th down and 6.
Yeah, put him at the 31.
I don't see anyone coming in to kick.
There's Vaughn. He's jogging out.
Here he comes. Here's your game. Well, not really. 1:18 to go. The Wildcats, even if he makes it, should have the ball 1:15 and 2 timeouts to try to get themselves in field goal range. So 48-yarder, huh, Sam?
Yeah.
Be a career long.
That it would. Keegan Vaughn.
Wildcats cannot jump off sides here and give him an extra 5 yards.
Trying to make the go-ahead kick would be the longest of his collegiate career to put his team up 2 at number 5 Villanova. Get the snap off. Kick. Off the post.
It hit the upright. I was praying we weren't getting a double doink from the Eagles-Bears game from a few years back. Had plenty of distance, but it hit the upright. This game's not over yet because they still have 2 timeouts through the Tigers, so they can use them. Villanova needs a 1st down to end the game. Here's your replay.
Vaughn got it up, but he couldn't stick it through.
It hit the upright.
Villanova hanging on by a thread.
So Sam, setting the table here, 1:13 to go. As we mentioned, Towson has 2 timeouts. So you run, they'll call one at 1:08, 1:04, and then they wouldn't have one on 3rd down. So there would still be about 20 to 25 seconds left. The Wildcats would have to punt the football away if they don't come up with a front. Here's a better look. Just bang right off the upright. They always talk about a game of inches.
Yeah, it was on the outside of the upright, but it's the upright nonetheless. I believe it's Avett who came crashing through right back to the line of scrimmage, but not much further. No, it was Ragland that time.
Yeah,
no gain.
So there's the timeout at 1:10. You run another play here. It's 1:06.
Second charge, timeout of the half. Towson.
Then you run another
seconds.
play that runs off 40-something seconds. It's going to be about 25 seconds. They'll be able to punt the football away. But you really just love to make a 1st down here and ice it. Take a couple of knees.
Keegan Vaughn, he's had 2 missed field goals today. One of them was blocked and one was doinked. 1-point game, Villanova with the lead, trying to get out of their home turf with a 3-0 record ahead of next week's showdown at Maryland.
Yeah, if I'm here, I want Watkins to keep the ball. I don't even want to trust the handoff. Just, fake it, keep it, try to pick up 4 or 5 yards, hopefully, and then take a shot on 3rd down. See if you can convert. Now you need 11. You lost 1 there.
Villanova 5 of 12 on 3rd downs today. Towson 5 of 16. 2nd and 11 here.
Well, Sam, you see, distance really wasn't the issue. That hit about halfway up the upright, so he probably has another 5 yards in him.
Just a little off target, but it was close. 2nd and 11 for Watkins and company. Another handoff, Ragland.
Come on, get upfield. Get upfield, Isaiah. That's a 1st down in the ball game, Sam. Oh, the ball came out late.
We'll see who's got it. Towson saying they have it.
He was down.
We're going to take a look at this, Steve.
I didn't see anyone point. I thought he was down.
Gaping hole for Isaiah Ragland. He fights his way to the sticks. And we'll see who comes out of the bottom of that pile. Ragland's still down there.
See if we get another look at it. Towson says they have it.
They're celebrating.
Oh my goodness. He had the first down.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense.
Miles
Down,
Brody,
Towson.
the defensive back.
Still a minute 3 left. Let's see a replay and see if he's down or not. It's going to be obviously the huge call of the game.
Yeah, that's punched out.
Yeah,
that's out of there.
It's going to be a fumble.
And Brody.
He lands on the back.
Yeah, ball's out at that point. But maybe it's a little closer than it appears. Now Villanova's.
Yeah, the fans see his back hit and then the ball come out. So it should get reviewed just to make sure.
The officials got to make that call. I don't see why they wouldn't do that here. Everyone wanting them to review it. Now they will.
Rolling on the field was a fumble recovered by the defense. The previous play's under further review.
All right, so we're going to look at it a few more times, and we'll see the best look we can give you.
I think he falls on the back of a player, and then it comes out. I don't think he gets to the ground. What a shame, too. You have the first down made. The game's over. And just a young player, probably with a little too much second effort. You love the effort.
And here's a look. The ball's tucked in that left arm. Just trying to fight off a couple guys.
That's the
close.
question. Yeah.
That's close.
Did his butt hit and then the ball come out? Is there enough to overturn it?
That's what they're going to try and configure. Remember, our replay official, Carlton Derrick, he's sitting in the room over from us here. Their window is shut, so we can't see anything. That ball's punched out, but you can't see his back going down.
Behind on the ground.
Yeah, you can't see it from that angle, and that's really what it comes down to. And the problem with that, of course, is if you don't have conclusive evidence, you're going to have to go with the call on the field, which is a fumble.
Yeah.
They move pretty quickly.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Fumble, first down, Towson.
So they felt they had enough to confirm it. We've heard him say stands. Now the Villanova defense, which thought it did its job, is going to have to do it one more time.
Ragland nearly iced the game for Villanova, but now Towson
still has their one timeout. They didn't have to use their timeout.
They got one more chance here. This drive. 2 timeouts for Villanova for what it's worth. Off the blitz, completion to the 40. It's Runyon. Gobbles that up for a gain of 4. Clock moving. 2nd and 6 for Towson. Taking their time to get set here, not moving with urgency. This clock is still running.
Villanova needs a play here defensively.
I wonder how much practice Brown has had with this.
There they go. They definitely moved there. So he's got him sitting their stance too long. Brown's got him in their stance forever, and that's going to lose him 5 yards.
The clock got down to 36 seconds.
False start. Offense. Number 9 and number 71.
And the quarterback moving.
Penalty. 2nd down.
With Gene Germain at the same time. Germain, the right guard.
And then you see the guard move there, yep.
And
Towson is elected to take a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. Timeout, Towson. Third and final charge.
They'll have to use their last timeout here.
30 seconds.
Which could come into play because if you get something inbounds here, the clock continues to run.
Yeah, you still just need a field goal.
Yeah.
And the issue was how long it took to get that play situated.
Yeah.
Please reset the clock to 37
seconds. Scenario here, though, Sam, if you run a play inbounds and you come up, it's going to be 3rd down. If you spike it, you're at 4th down. So, you probably want to get up and run 2 plays here.
So Villanova.
Costly use of the timeout, but well taken. You don't want to take the 10-second run off there and take it down to 27. The issue they had is they took so much time to get that play off. As you kept saying, the clock is running.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on down there, but the reality is a lot of time bled off that clock and there was no progress being made.
Yeah, Villanova can get a sack here. That could really set them back because it won't stop the clock. And they're out of timeouts.
There's Keegan Vaughn. He just hit the post from 48 yards. But couldn't tuck it inside the upright. Will he get one more chance? Right now, ball's the Villanova 45.
Yeah, keep an eye on, obviously, Runyon. We've talked about him.
From here, it'll be a 55-yarder. They got to obviously get closer.
No pass rush, what to say.
Brown. Big completion down to the 20. There are no timeouts.
The clock will stop for the first down, so they're in plenty of, well, no rush at all. That was the, that's disappointing. Just they got no pass rush.
But they got to be ready when the clock starts. It has started. DeKendall James, his first grab of the day, comes at an opportune time. Ball at the 20.
Yeah, he just gave him too much time. They want coverage. But look, he's just sitting back there, and it's just, let me make a throw. And he finds an open in between the linebackers and the safety.
25-yard gain, and DeKendall James able to cradle that.
Please start the play clock.
And now with 26 seconds remaining, there are no timeouts for Towson, but now they have themselves in a favorable distance as they try to win here at Villanova. 3 wide set. Watkins the back. Watkins the run. They're going to have to move quickly.
They're going to lose a yard. They can go up and spike it and set up third down. They'll let it run down. So 21-31. It's going to be about a 38-yarder from here.
You would think with them doing that, that was with the intention of moving it to the right, the hash they want.
Yeah, it's in the middle of the field right now. Now if they spike it here, which they do with 4 seconds to go, sets up the game-winning or game-losing field goal.
So Keegan Vaughn will try for the walk-off field goal. Villanova has 2 timeouts, so you can ice the kicker here if that's the route you want to go.
I think it's going to be 37 yards from the middle, right in the middle of the field, too.
10 in blue, J.R. Strauss. He blocked a field goal in the 3rd. Ritter, the holder. Coyle snapping. 37-yarder.
Mark Ferrante takes a timeout, so they'll try to ice the kicker a little bit.
Out of the half. Villanova, 30 seconds.
This will be the biggest field goal of Keegan Vaughn's career.
Yeah, the Wildcats had luck getting pressure on Brown. They decided to go coverage, and they just found an open spot in the zone. And they needed probably just about every yard of it.
Villanova was trying to run the clock down. Big fumble recovered by the Tigers.
Yeah, after Ragland had made the first down to ice the game, just unable to hold on to the football. Sometimes that happens with young players trying to do a little too much, but you can't fault the young kid for trying to get that game-winning, game-clinching first down.
Towson with 5 fumble recoveries on the season.
Yeah.
They've had a knack for those kind of plays, but Villanova the 1 field goal block today. Vaughn hit the last one off the upright. He's 2 for 4. Will he go 3 for 5? 37 yards for the win. Pushed it. No good. Villanova wins.
And they always say cats have 9 lives. Well, these Wildcats had at least 2 extra lives tonight. What a win for the Wildcats. Great call, Sam. Exactly what he did. He pushed it. He just got it out and just never. It's kind of like one of my drives. It never came back.
Villanova, the number 5 team in the nation, was pushed to the brink, but Towson pushed that one right. 14-13 the final here on Flow Sports.
Sometimes when you're going to have a special year, you need a game like today. Maybe this is the difference maker. Maybe this is the one that you look back to in December and say, hey, remember when they got that gets you a home game in the playoffs instead of having to go on the road, or what it might be in the league standings down as you get to November. But really a well-played college football game today. Wildcats escape with a 1-point win, but a credit to Towson Tigers. They played their hearts out and hit an upright and then pushed one wide to end the game.
Yeah, the crowd here treated to a beautiful day and a memorable football game. A game that Villanova takes 14-13. We'll step aside and come back for post-game after this on Flow Sports.
In moments of vulnerability, it's only human to seek warmth and expertise. Mainline Health. is the place where both your health and humanity matter, where ultrasounds come with understanding, where tests are met with tenderness, where EKGs are as important as empathy, the place where you will never be your only advocate, the place for a lifetime of care delivered neighbor to neighbor. Mainline Health, where human care has a home.
Home is for making dreams come true, for making memories that will last, for forging lifelong friendships, for watching your loved ones grow. The time is now to find the freedom that comes with pre-qualifying for a new home, or refinance in minutes and unlock the freedom to do the exciting things you've always wanted to do. Whichever path you choose, you can achieve your goals and celebrate the freedom of home ownership with Freedom Mortgage. Start making your dreams a reality at freedommortgage.com/dreams.
Villanova wins a thriller 14-13 over the Towson Tigers. Sam Cooperman, Steve Pannone. And we'll take a look here as this is the final play of the game. Keegan Vaughn pushed that one right, and Villanova wins the game.
It just never came back. It started right and stayed right.
So Jalen Sanchez downstairs with Tessa Peloso after a Villanova win.
Jalen, 2 touchdowns for you today. When we spoke a couple weeks ago, you said you've been waiting for this time. What were you able to do today that allowed you to execute so well?
Like we had that conversation, it was that trust we talked about. That first touchdown, Connor looked at me, he said, hey, I might need you here. He put it up there, and I came through for him, so that's all it is, coming down. We do it all the time in practice, so it's just executing out on the field.
I mean, this fourth quarter, we have to talk about this. I don't even know what to say. The rise and fall of emotions. What were the conversations like with you guys on the sidelines here?
It's staying true. You know, it's definitely not easy coming off the field, 3 and out, but it's coming on the sideline and looking at each other on the benches, going over corrections and understanding that we're going to correct what we got to correct and come out on the field. And we trusted the defense, and look at what they came through for us. So God bless. We're thankful for it.
And this Towson team obviously gave you guys a game. How good does this feel, though, to come out here with a win?
A win's a win. We say it all the time. A win's a win. 1 point, 30 points is no difference, but put this win in the rearview mirror and on the next week.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tessa. And she'll have Mark Ferrante in just a moment. Jalen Sanchez saying with a lot of Wildcat fans were thinking, a win's a win. Here's Mark Ferrante with Tessa.
Coach, Towson gave you guys a test. What could you say about your team? They rose to every occasion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we rose or if we tried to give it away, but we'll take it. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it after this one. Not so pretty / ugly win is better than a pretty loss. So I'll take the win and we can get it. But obviously, when we look at this film, there's going to be a lot of things we need to work on. That's the first time we had 2 turnovers to 0. So we got to clean that up, and then we'll be looking at a lot of other stuff as well.
And I have to ask you, what was going through your mind? You know, Towson's out there, they're going for that field goal, and they miss it.
I was waiting for a wind gust, or you seen the movie Angels from the Outfield, someone come over and just push it wide, but thankfully it went wide because I didn't know if he was going to have the range on the other one that hit the upright, and he sure enough had the range, but thankfully it hit the upright. So that one there, well within his range, and he went a little wide, so good for us.
Congratulations, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, Tessa. What a game we had here today, and now tonight at Villanova Stadium, the Wildcats 14-13, and Mark Ferrante, Steve, touched on a few of those opportunities where Villanova nearly saw Towson take the lead there towards the end with a couple of those field goals.
Yeah, I think that he mentioned it in his post-game talk with Tessa. The turnovers are going to be the thing. And like I said, Isaiah Ragland is a young player, and he's driving for the next year, but the only thing you can't do is fumble the football. And unfortunately, it came loose. Fortunately for Villanova, the defense did enough. Special teams did enough today with the block, and then a couple of unfortunate misses for Towson, one hitting the upright and then one getting pushed wide. But Coach Ferrante said you'll take an ugly win any day of the week.
If you take a 30,000-foot scope to this thing, Towson scored a touchdown on its opening drive. They didn't score a single touchdown the rest of the game. Defense was up to the task.
Yeah, and defense and had 2 short fields late in the game there too, with the turnover and then the one before that hit the upright. So, yeah, Ross Pennypacker's group played well. You got to credit that. You hold the team to 13 points. You probably don't figure you're going to win a 1-point nail biter. You think this offense is good enough to put up something in the 20s, and hopefully by later in the years, everyone kind of gets their role defined into the 30s.
We figured it would be close. We didn't know how close it would be. It was a 1-point difference. Let's look at the highlights from tonight's matchup. And it started when it was bright and sunny out here on the main line. And Sean Brown, the quarterback, we didn't know he was starting. Runyon waltzes in for the first score of the game.
Yeah, it looked like we might have a shootout there as they go quick. And Villanova answers. This is one that Jalen talked about with Tessa. Throw it up there. Let me go make a play for you. And he did. Connor Watkins did that. Sanchez went up and made that play.
Yeah, those were the only touchdowns of the first half. We had a tie game going into the break. Jalen fired up for his first touchdown of the year. You'd hear more from him. Meanwhile, Isaiah Ragland, a career day, 143 yards on the ground. That was the biggest run he had for 65 yards.
You know, obviously he's going to be disappointed in the fumble late in the game. Let's talk about what else he did throughout the whole game. You mentioned a career high in yardage, another catch by Sanchez.
Jalen's second of the game, 6 yards out that time, and that gave Villanova the lead at 14-10 at the time. Here was the field goal attempt from Keegan Vaughn that doinked. And for Villanova, they just had to run the ball and
one
end
first down ends it. Here's the play by Ragland. They're hit, just struggling, just keeping those legs going, and somehow the ball gets punched out, and Towson comes up with it. And this is the play that I just didn't like. I thought we were too passive there defensively. Got them in the field goal range, but in the end, this one gets pushed a little bit. That's not off by much. We've talked about a game of inches. We had an upright hit, then he shot one right, probably a couple feet wide right.
Laces were out, but kick doesn't go through.
And just remember, Vaughn's an all-league kicker too. He's obviously had a tough day today, and you feel for the young man as he, feels like he had an opportunity to help his teammates out today and didn't come through. But this guy's had a very good career for Towson today. Just not his day.
Yeah, and you can see from Towson, these are the final numbers. They outgained Villanova, nearly 400 yards of offense for the Tigers. A few more penalties for the Wildcats. Villanova being able to run the ball for 235 on the ground. Saw some good things and some things that you figure, like Mark Ferranti said, like you've said, Steve, they'll want to clean up as they look ahead with Maryland on their minds.
Yeah, now you got an FBS opponent next week, so you got an opportunity to get things right, and then you're going to take on your biggest, strongest, fastest opponent of the season in the Maryland Terrapins. But, it's much better to do that 3-0 than 2-1 and 0-1 in your league.
Yeah, certainly the case, and Villanova survives and advances. They're 3-0. Towson with a heck of a performance, but the Tigers will go home 1-2 after today's matchup here on the main line. Hey, this was the first game of the CAA slate, meaning that there's 7 more of these Villanova's going to have. Not easy.
As you mentioned, they go on the road to Maryland. You see the schedule up there on the screen. Then it'll be LIU will be back here for their last non-league game of the year. And then you see Stony Brook and Maine, 2 of them on the road. So the Wildcats really want to get that win at home today because they're headed down the road for the next 2 CAA games.
Yeah, well, a lot coming up for Villanova, but they go rest their head on the pillow tonight. 3-0. For Steve Pannone, I'm Sam Cooperman. For Gabe Steiner.